Yo, 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 it's the Xbox Ghost Kaleidoscope. Back up in this motherfucker on the DirectX show, minus the fraud. And we actually missed yesterday, but it's because people have lives. All right, plain and simple. All right, but we're going to make up for it today. There might be a few stragglers, so don't be surprised if you see people jumping in during the podcast. But it's all good. It's the DirectX crew, and that's the way we get down. Now, let me introduce everybody to my panelists. I have J Long 908 on the panel. Yo, J Long, introduce yourself to everybody.
What's up, people? We're here. We're live. We missed yesterday. We had a little spin-off show yesterday on Ghostfire's channel. Check that out. Almost 4 hours. But yeah, we're going to do a show. We're going to speak the facts, give another perspective, and yeah, like always.
All right, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. In 4 hours, man, fuck the bullshit. Yo, I jumped in for like 2 seconds, people. I was like, what? Y'all talking about what? Man, I got to go. I'm going to go play games. Fuck this. Bye. But either way, though, we also got Mr. Triple Cup Chuck himself. All right, yo, Triple Cup, introduce yourself to everybody.
Man, what's up? This your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm in this bitch. Man, we about to talk about some gaming topics. We're going to touch every corner, every angle, and every detail from different perspectives. Let's do this.
That's what's up, man. And then we also got Mr. Intro Media himself, the one that actually made himself become the vice president. He demoted himself, and he decided to become the vice president of Intro Media Gaming. And he was also actually ejecto-seated out the GRG this past Friday. Mr. 100, yo, introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all?
Put in the Briggs.
Me. They threw me in the Brig, so I decided to go eat me some hot dogs and go play some Warcraft 5. But what's up with y'all? It's your boy Hunt, one of the most wanted bots out there in these gaming streets. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy it. I'm finna get some. The thing about this show is enjoyable. Mm-hmm. Well, let's go.
All right. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. And there's been a lot of hot topics this week, man. I mean, I've seen people going crazy on Twitter. People going crazy. Don't say to the media. I mean, talking about masterpieces, game of the year. I mean, all this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even before this, you know what I'm saying? But even before this game of the year contender, all right, because it is a contender, all right? But even before the game of the year contender, the Spider-Man controversy, right? Which happened, I guess, last week, right? It's a new thing every week. Well, last week was the Spider-Man controversy. And I remember when it started popping off, everybody was like, oh, Spider-Man this, Spider-Man that. And J-Long saw what I did. I was actually playing Amazing Spider-Man 2. I was like, oh, yeah, I still haven't finished that game. Let me go back to it. And then I started playing it and whatnot, played it for a few hours, put it back down. Then I saw J-Long actually commenting to one of these zealots. Let's just say that, right? One of these zealots. And J-Long was like, oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. I like Spider-Man. It's just, just some of the gameplay looks, like stuff I already did before. So it made me actually want to go investigate. You know what I'm saying? So I actually looked at a video, and yeah, some of the moves that he did were actually copy-pasted from the Amazing Spider-Man game. There is some new stuff, don't get me wrong. It does look better. Yeah. But some of the anime is the same animations from the previous game, at least some of them. That actually tripped me the fuck out. I was like, wow, man, J-Long ain't bullshitting, yo. He coming with facts.
Well, and, here's some things I noticed. I noticed that the new gadgets, that's completely new. That's the only thing that's completely new.
That's that homecoming shit.
But it looked like a mix between Web of Shadows, which had crazy air combos, along with Spider-Man 3. You could do crazy freaking things in the air. And with the counter system that the Amazing Spider-Man 2 had, that's similar to Batman, with the environmental weapons or whatever. So it looked like a mix between those two.
Too much spider senses.
Yeah, but I like how Insomniac, they did the twist, because how they always think a little outside the box. So they did that with the whole air combo system, where they, combine the two, which I think is pretty dope. I'm actually looking forward to this game.
Hell yeah, man. It is pretty dope, man. And I like you said, Insomniac, yo. They took the elements, the best elements from previous games. Like you said, Web of Shadows, which has some of the sickest aerial combos ever. All right, and the stuff that they did with the previous Amazing Spider-Man games, which is
Hmm.
dope, man. What are your thoughts on this Triple Cup?
Hey, man, man, I'm jealous. When you said you were playing Amazing Spider-Man 2, I was one of the people that, like this Spider-Man game here is getting more hype than it should be, but it's still a good game because I like Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
But when Amazing Spider-Man came out for all systems, I do what I normally do with the Spider-Man games. I'm gonna play it. I love my Spider-Man games, but not $64 worth. I said, wait till
Right.
you go down to, on $30, $25, catch it on one of them Xbox summer sales. They always throwing deals out there. So
Hmm.
that's always one of them games where I don't buy it now, but as soon as I see it on the deal, you know what I'm saying? That's when I squeeze that trigger. You know what I'm saying? I be waiting
Yeah.
patiently like I'm hunting. Then all of a
Yep.
sudden the prey was gone. I'm like, okay, let me see if Spider-Man on sale, see the price that dropped or whatever. I couldn't find it nowhere. I talked to he about it. He said, man, they completely took it out the thing. I wasn't in the loop
Hmm.
at the time, so I didn't even know about this was occurring. So the only way I better get it if I get a physical disc. But I ain't really, really been searching for it. But it actually been, one of those games that I want to play. But when they took it off the marketplace, now I got to go get it extra physical. So I'm kind of jealous of you, Kaleidoscope, right now, because man, Spider Man, I look that first Amazing Spider Man, I loved it because to me it was like a 1.5. So it was after the Amazing Spider Man movie, so like it's in the in between stage of that and the second movie. So I
Yep.
love how they
Hmm.
did that. But when with
Yeah,
this one,
yeah.
part the second one, I ain't never played, so I was always curious. And from what I'm hearing, it's just like this new Spider-Man. But I just hope it don't get repetitive because that's the biggest downfall all Spider-Man games have for me. They start getting repetitive. Or
Yeah,
feeling no,
yeah.
they start feeling repetitive. Trick
It
me or
does.
something.
I mean, on some things though, like even like the car chases in the video, like the way he was
Yeah.
pulling the dudes out the cars, that was an Amazing Spider-Man as well.
Yeah,
And I
it
was like,
was.
oh, they just
Same
took
as
it to
that
the
shit.
next
Yeah.
level though, because it
Okay,
just
yeah,
looks
because
more
Right.
fluid now. But
you had
that
the
was there
button
too.
press.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
how
I
he
was
Quick
could
like,
like
time
yank
oh
the
event.
dudes out the
wow.
car and save the civilian. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, I remember that. That was on the first one.
Exactly. That was on the first one and whatnot. But they did add new elements to it. Yo, we also have the Ghost with the Most that jumped in the podcast. All right. Your Ghost Fighter 730. Let people know. As a matter of fact, introduce yourself to everybody.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Ghost Rider 730. I'm in the building. Sorry, guys, I'm late. Sorry about that,
It's
guys.
all good. It's
Oh,
all
you
good. You know what
good?
I'm
You
saying?
good?
We get
I
people
seen the
got
title.
lives.
Oh shit.
All right.
He already
Now
warned.
100.
He warned the watching us that people gonna be hopping in. So you know what I'm saying. You doing
Yeah, exactly. I
yeah,
warned people. I was like, don't worry. Don't be surprised to see people jumping in. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's
That's
just we
part of
get
the
down like
show.
that. Yep. All right, yo, 100. Yo, what are your thoughts on the Spider-Man stuff, man?
Oh man, it's Spider-Man. Um, Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man is Spider-Man. It's like you only can do so much with Spider-Man. Only can do so much with Spider-Man. So I hope turns into a great game. Hope they go out and buy it. Don't red box it.
Hmm. I
Damn.
feel you on that. As a matter of fact, I
Game
got another
design.
question for you.
They
What do
need
you
to
think
flush
about the
out Peter
zealots?
Parker.
The zealots that claim that they're big Spider-Man fans, but Jay Long has actually called a couple of them out, and he'll pull up their police records, and they never played a Spider-Man game before.
You can't say that you meant. That's what, some things people got. When you get on the internet, sometimes you got to find out how you phrase stuff and all this other stuff. Because these
People
days, you
will
say
call
the
you
wrong
out.
thing, they will go through everything. So this come out and tell the truth. Like I say, I'm not a super turn-based JRPG fan. You go on my police record. I paid about maybe. I actually had to play 2 hours to. Was that what's the JR that came out that everybody wanted the turn-based JRPG Lost
Lost
Odyssey?
Odyssey. Yep.
But
Yeah.
it took my ass. It took me 2 hours to beat the fucking first boss. But
Yeah, that shit was
Damn, I didn't
annoying.
even get that far.
so you got to do a whole lot of backtracking. You got to go back to like the old school turn base where you got to go back and go do some smaller fights before you go fuck with him.
Yep,
And,
you got to grind. Yeah.
yeah, so um, but I'm not going around preaching I need this or this is the greatest game since sliced bread.
Hmm.
Spider-Man, it looks amazing. It plays it. You know, what I saw of it, it looked like it took some elements off of Sunset Overdrive, with like off the wall running. That looked like Sunset Overdrive. Instead of using the grinding method, it's using web based. So
Hmm.
is it something that's like innovative? No, but innovative don't
But
have to
wait a
be.
minute, you said like Sunset Overdrive. Why is he running sideways on the walls
Yeah,
like
he's
Sunset
all
Overdrive?
yeah. You know how you run sideways on Sunset
Oh,
He did
all
Overdrive?
that
right.
He
on the
does the
Amazing
same thing.
Spider-Man too.
Yeah. So
Oh, he did it on Amazing Spider-Man. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
yeah.
He
So
ran up the wall too.
mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
all
like,
right.
you know,
So
but
it's not really from Sunset Overdrive, bro. It's from actually the previous
yeah,
Spider-Man games.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's up um to me, it's up to to who it
The way
is.
they tell the story and whatnot, right?
Yeah. Uh,
And
how
can
you
they
gonna
keep the
do it?
action
I
back?
mean,
Fuck, bro.
my thing is, I would have brung it out, right? I would have pushed what you call it back. I would have
Oh,
pushed Gears of War back.
God of War.
I mean, God of War back, and I would have put out Spider Man because what you got? What the movie coming out?
yeah,
What
Infinity War.
Infinity War and what he's right there. They show
But
Spider
it
Man.
might not be done though. That could be it. That it might not be done yet. They're still working on it.
Yeah.
Right. And they trying to bank on that Venom movie. That's what they
Uh-huh.
trying to bank it close to.
Yeah,
But
that's
that
true.
Venom don't have. I don't think Venom have nothing to do with that. Do it?
Nah, I don't think so either.
Nah, I mean it don't, but it's just a whole relationship.
It's because it's
I'm
Sony.
thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
that it's not done yet. They're still working on the title, yo. They're still buttoning it up.
Yeah.
All right, and the
Yeah.
one that's closer to release is God of War.
Yo, so you guys saw the graphics comparison between State of Decay 2 and Spider-Man, right?
They did a graphics comparison.
Nah, the one that Livewire put up, bro, with the character model.
Oh my gosh!
Same, the same thing they
Livewire
did with
jumped out
Sea
the
of
window with
Thieves
that.
and Sea
Livewire
Thieves
jumped
and
out the window with that, bro.
No.
All right, he did. He did. All right, because I'm gonna break it down real quick. But let's hear Ghost Rider though. Before we get into that, let's hear Ghost Rider's thoughts on Spider-Man and whatnot. The way people be acting. I mean, sometimes it's uncalled for. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to watch yourselves because people will call you out on that. But before we get to Ghost Rider, we got the dude that's ripping the fuck up out of Twitter. All right, my phone be blowing up at all fucking hours of the night. Yo, as a matter of fact, last night I fucking shut my cell phone off.
Oh yeah.
That shit kept fucking beeping in the middle of the night. It's like 3 a.m. Bloop, beep, beep. I'm the
Sorry.
fucking phone. Fucking shut that bitch
You
off.
gotta,
That shit
you gotta
pissed me
learn
off.
how to mute the conversation. I muted that shit too.
All right, so fucking yo, introduce yourself to everybody, man.
Vaya, señoras y señores, I'm back. Late as always, but glad to be here. Hopefully I can catch up. You guys fill me in, and sorry for that Twitter harassment. There's just too many weirdos out there. I can't take. I can't control that. When I get rid of
Dude,
2 or 3,
dudes have no
get,
lives, bro.
dude, when
Dudes
you
have
get
no
rid of 2 or
lives.
3, 5 more come in. And like, yo, what the hell? It's like they go make soccer accounts just to come back once you block them.
he about to be going to war on Twitter.
Man, I swear. That's why y'all heard that. That's conversations that he didn't have. I ain't had shit. That's why I had to put my phone on silent.
Dude, there was a guy that came back from me and J Long, right?
3 days
After
straight.
like 6 days that we had a conversation about Spike. 6 days later, he still came back. I'm gonna put this right here. Regardless whether you put this right here or not, you can't make a comment because you didn't play the other Spider-Mans. So you're unaware of what we told you in a statement before 6 days earlier. So it's pointless, but they don't care. They just keep on.
True that.
It's so God. But yeah, what's up, guys? What were you talking about? Fill me in. What's up?
Well,
panel?
we was actually on
My
the
brothers.
first subject though. We was gonna go with Ghost Rider real quick because Ghost Rider came
Okay.
in just before you.
Oh no, go ahead. I'll wait. No, he was here
Yeah.
first.
So
Go
Ghost,
I'll wait.
what are your thoughts on all this Spider-Man controversy? Right, the Spider-Man controversy. What are your thoughts?
Man, they need to just quit it, man. They got a Spider-Man game. So what? But I ain't gonna lie, the game looks dope. It looks fire. The web swinging from the buildings, him running fast on the buildings. It looks dope, man. Like, yeah, he jumps on the car. We seen that in Amazing Spider-Man 2, like y'all was saying. And I ain't gonna lie, some of the fighting combos, they got some new little tricks and stuff, new little gadgets, and it looks tough. I seen him get hit by Shaka too. He was in a bank or something. Shaka blew his ass away. We're like, boom! He just flew through the you know how it is. Spider-Man always got one of the most best villains out of a lot of people. He got a lot of villains and as Spider-Man, you know what I mean? Like, he got a lot of enemies. So it's gonna be dope, man. Like, I like the way the game looks. I ain't gonna front. Like, the costume looks sick, you know what I mean? And it is what it is, man. But for people just blowing it up, and like J Long said, side by side with State of Decay and Spider-Man, shit is
No, we'll get into that. We'll get into that in a little bit though. But I want that to be the next subject.
But yeah, like, I ain't gonna lie, like the speed, like, it's open world, bro. It looks crazy. Like, when you see like the city, and he's on top of the buildings and everything. Yeah, it looks dope. Like I can't hate on it, but the shit is fire. But they keep throwing it at us because it's an exclusive. Like, you know what I mean? I still keep sticking to my guns. Where was these same dudes at when Amazing Spider-Man was out? When it was on both consoles, that shit nobody was really talking about it. But since it's exclusive, it's exclusive now. Now everybody's a Spider-Man fan. That's crazy.
Well, let's just say the ponies are teasing the shit out of the Xbox. Know what I'm saying? And they're getting jealous, like, oh man, like, we got Spider-Man, you don't. Well, people, we've known Spider-Man was an exclusive for over 2 years.
Yeah,
this wasn't news. You know what I'm
I've
saying?
known since 2014.
The only thing that came out new was the date. It's coming out September 7th. Yo, that same day, the fucking internet, fucking Twitterverse, everything just blew the fuck up. I'm like, wow, wait a minute. It's not like we didn't know this was coming.
Exactly.
They've been announcing this shit for 2 years, people.
I remember the rumor was like 2 years before that. I remember this, like people. The original rumor was
there
Sucker
was
Punch is
rumors
working on
even
a
before
Spider-Man
the shit
game.
came out. Exactly, because I remember doing a
Sucker
video
Punch,
about the Spider-Man rumor. I was like, oh, Spider-Man's going to be exclusive, Sony exclusive. And I think I said that like 6 months before they even announced that shit, man.
Remember Amazing Spider-Man 2 was exclusive for like a few days? That came out a few weeks later.
Actually, it was until April. Because it came
like
out,
a few months later.
But it was because it came out physical also. But the digital copy was available right from day one. But that's how they received, because of Activision, and Sony was the one that was the reason for that, because they were giving out 2 Sony tickets for free for Amazing Spider-Man Part 2. But sorry,
that's one of those marketing deals. Know what I'm saying, that they do behind the scenes. Know what I'm saying? It's understandable.
You know what bugs me out? You see how Sony got them to lock that down, Spider-Man? I'm just saying, man. Phil Spencer and them had a chance to lock down Tomb Raider, and they let it go, man.
But that's
I'm not sure if they could have locked down Tomb Raider. You know what I'm saying? That's
because Sony had the movie deal. That's why.
I know.
It's different.
They could have locked it down.
But Ghost, you gotta understand. Sometimes the developer don't want to be locked down.
Yeah,
they don't want to do. They don't want to do that type of deal because they know they
know
can make
Microsoft
more.
Got the money for it.
Trust me, if they felt like it was a if it was a like a money deal, like they can do it, like how they doing with Bluehole or something. Like, hey, can I have this? They see what they do, the analytics on it. Which call it might ask for too much, and say, you know what, we just do it for a year. We'll do it for a year. We'll do Tomb Raider for a year, and then you can go put it on the other console. By then, everybody didn't played it already.
Yeah,
you know. So it's not like Microsoft don't go to the table. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft might sit there and can go buy up a lot of companies, but a lot of companies don't want to. Remember when Bungie left? The people that did want to leave before they start 343, they wanted to do multi-plat games because it makes more money.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that old saying, right? It's like if dollars don't make sense, then sense don't make dollars, or some shit like that, man.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? It has to make sense.
It don't make sense.
Right.
Yeah, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Exactly. Thank you, J-Lo. And you know what I'm saying? So I kind of figured that's exactly what went down. You know what I'm saying? You know, Square Enix looked at the analytics and they was like, I don't know, man. We could probably make some bank on the PS4 as well, you know, especially the way the internet started blowing up. Once they said it's coming exclusive, holiday 20, whatever the fuck year it was. And motherfuckers lost their shit, yo. Like no other game before it, man. I mean, they didn't even have to wait 2 years, right? Like the way they did with Spider-Man. They lost their shit immediately, all right?
They didn't even take the consideration that Microsoft, because Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics said themselves, this game was going to be episodic if we were able to make it. If Microsoft would have never helped us, it would have never been made. They helped make the game from scratch with the developer. They said it right in the beginning. So it's kind of like they saved the project so everybody can have fruits of their labor, and what came with that was the benefit of us having it for that year exclusive.
Exactly. Exactly. And yet people lost their shit, dude. I would have been mad if it wasn't coming. You know what I'm saying? If it was like a franchise I really loved, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's just throw a wild thing out there, even though I don't really give it two shits about this franchise. I haven't really played too much of the game. I probably will give a shit once I do finish it and whatnot. But Witcher 3. Suppose Microsoft was to get Witcher 3 full-blown exclusive.
Oh, man,
people would lose their shit, all right?
Well, they did for 360, remember?
Shit. Oh, no, definitely. And they ain't give a fuck about it on the 360.
Nobody gave a fuck.
Xbox One X enhanced. It's
Exactly.
Xbox One X enhanced, by the way. People that don't know what I'm saying.
That's
That
right.
shit is
That's
enhanced.
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Shit is the 360 version was a fucking beast. All right, definitely.
Mhm.
I actually played a lot more of that than I did the new one. But I haven't finished either or though. It's just too many games though. But let's go with you, Hebot, man. What are your thoughts? I know you've been on fucking Twitter like for what 2, 3 weeks ever since the Spider-Man shit came down. You know what I'm saying? Going back and forth and
Okay.
whatnot. Know what I'm saying? It's like, what's been going on, yo, Hebot? What are your thoughts?
First of all, up front, I'm gonna be long-winded. That's number one. Please just listen to me. Bear with me, all of you guys in the panel and the viewers. Just listen to me here. Hear me out clearly.
No, we
before
did.
everything-
Me and J-Lo did clear up a couple of things though already.
Before
But
everything gets skewed out of proportion, and they try to say that we said some other shit, and even mention Zaire when he has nothing to do with Spider-Man, because that's how it's going
well,
down.
no, we Zaire even admitted he's a casual. All right, he's a casual. Come on, man. It's like
Okay, so all right. First and foremost, the game looks really, really nice. It looks dope. It looks really next gen. It looks polished. It has really nice animations, and it looks like it's going to be very cinematic. Okay, it has what we call production value, right?
Yep.
But me being a enthusiast of Spider-Man games in the past and for many years, and also a Insomniac true follower for many years, unlike a lot of people that only play Insomniac games when they're PS3 exclusives or PlayStation exclusive, period, and when they're Xbox or multiplat, they don't exist. Oh, it wasn't good enough for me to play them. Okay, but
those are the zealots. Those are the zealots. All
yeah,
right.
let's just be that. Let's be clear. Okay. So I put pictures posting that I have all those games and almost every single one from last gen. The only one I don't have is Friend or Foe, which was a kiddie one, but it was co-op and it was still fun. It felt more like Disney Infinity of Spider-Man, right? And then
I saw that Friend of Foe, but it had some cool characters though. I think Iron Fist was in that shit, right?
Yes. And
Iron Fist was in that.
That's
Yeah, because
crazy.
I almost picked it up. I almost picked it up.
Yeah,
Because I saw
it's
the
fun.
characters.
It's
I was
fun.
like, damn,
Co-op
this
is
looks
tripping.
cool.
Co-op is fun. It's just you got to get over the fact that it looks like Sea of Thieves a little bit, because then
Yeah.
that means we were just playing cartoony games, right? But that's neither here nor there. So anyway, the Shattered Dimensions we don't have either because it's the most expensive one because it was critically the highest Metacritic one. But yeah, it's funny how in the actual social aspect of gaming, everybody considers it the weakest one, right? Oh, it's the corniest one, but it's the highest
Nah,
Metacritic
I
one.
ain't think that was the corniest.
I
thought that shit was
understand that.
dope. It has
I know
Spider-Man
that.
2099 up in that shit.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is the ponies specifically too. They say, oh, that's the worst one, but yet it's the highest Metacritic one, right? And yet they try to use the Metacritic metric for us when they show cool scores for Rise, Quantum Break, and Recall.
God of War.
Or God of War, right? For example. Right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm throwing it in there. So anyway, the reasoning because of that, and I'm going to be very clear, Marvel had created the studio of when they after they bought this, the Marvel Studios was bought by Disney. They had created the Disney and Marvel Studio Game Studio, which they did Disney Infinity, right? They were supposed to make all their games in-house, right? Activision had the licensing for Spider-Man for all those years, and Beanox was the actual original developer for like 4 of those last games that they made, right? So what ended up happening was when the Disney Infinity did not do well, and I'm not saying you guys in the panel don't know this. This is for those who are listening and may not know. When Activision's Infinity Ward didn't do well, they decided we're going to close all the shops, right? For all the studios. Now we're going to outsource it to good developers because we want to make AAA quality Marvel games after the debacle with the 3 or 4 that they did with Sega because there wasn't enough money funded by Sega to make them polished games, even though some were good, some were terrible, and some were pretty underrated, right? So being Captain America being one of the best, right? So if not the best, but to not make the long story short, they have the Marvel owns and Disney owns the merchandising rights that they bought from Sony several years ago, right? The merchandising rights is where it includes anything merchandising and video games, okay? When the contract with Activision came to an end, they said, well, we're going to look for somebody else because and as well as all you comic book enthusiasts know, that for many years, Marvel has been fighting with Sony to put Spider-Man and buy them back from them or put them in the MCU, in the Marvel movies, because they wanted to have them there. But because Sony owns the movie rights, they were not able to do this. Okay? So what did they do? They said, okay, so if we're going to have to, in order for us to get the rights from Sony to put this character in our movies, we got to cut a deal. They didn't specify the deal, but if two people put two and two together and you have the brains to think like an adult, merchandising rights, video games, movie rights, Spider-Man, Sony, okay. How did Spider-Man end up in the MCU, and how did the Marvel game end up being exclusive to PS4? Because if you can't explain that to me, I don't know how that would buy. Because Sony said, look, our cock, look how pretty it is. You want to suck it, Marvel? And they just did that when Disney and Marvel have more money than Sony and they could afford to do it by themselves. But because it has to do with laws and clauses, you can't do that, or they can get sued. Okay, and Sony knows that they can have a stranglehold against them and for them to use the property for the movies, and that's what they're doing, because they want to rape them for money to make bank off of fucking Disney, because they know they got the money, right? That's one thing. The other thing is, you really think a company like Activision wasn't able to renew the contract when they got money up the wazoo just out of Call of Duty by itself to redo another Spider-Man license? If you think that, you must be a fucking retard. Okay, so the point is, they wanted gain for the movie, they got it. So what did Sony say? Okay, you got to make this game exclusive to us. That's why the ramblings kept changing, and that's why that rumor came out so long ago, because they were already in talks as soon as Sunset Overdrive was finished on the Xbox One. Okay, which was 2014. Sunset Overdrive came out that same year, if I'm not mistaken, right or wrong.
Yep.
Right. So once that was closed and done, they ran to it. And guess what, people? Just to clarify something. Marvel went to Sony. They asked him, we want you to make it with part of the deal. Get us a developer. Sony couldn't use it in-house because they couldn't pay for the development. So they said, we're going to outsource it to Insomniac. Marvel's going to pay for the for the development of the game, and Sony's going to publish it, meaning merchandising, marketing, manufacturing, creating the box art, and distributing it in the box to the stores, okay? Because it's way cheaper than the development cost. That is why Marvel's Spider-Man, the new one, if you notice, they changed the name from Spider-Man PS4, is now Marvel's Spider-Man, okay? If you guys notice. Because that's why it has the production value, because Marvel is the one paying for the development. Every interview is always somebody from Insomniac and somebody from Marvel. Never a Sony representative. Their only job is to publish the game, which is advertising, I'll repeat again, marketing, distribution, box art. Okay? So, is it bad that the game is exclusive? Yes. Why? Because Spider-Man's never been to one platform or property. Does it come with the territory? Absolutely. Can we do something about it? No fucking way. Can we cry about it? Can we cry about it? No, because that's what men don't cry over bullshit. You know what we do? We buy PS4, dust it off, buy the game, play it, and then take it back or rent it or keep it or whatever the fuck we want to do. Okay, let's get that clear. So I'm not missing out. I got a PS4. Bone got a PS4. J-Long got a PS4. Triple Cup got a PS4.
Ghost got a PS4.
Ghost got a PS4, and Kaleidoscope basically can go to his cousin's house and steal his PS4. So it doesn't really matter. The point of the matter is, everybody in this panel is going to play Spider-Man. We're going to beat it. We're going to get the trophies, and then we're going to shove it up your fucking ass on Twitter and prove that we played it. And you guys are going to be like at 3% because you didn't even fucking play the game. Okay? So that's so, to come to an end to my long-winded explanation. Congratulations to Sony that they have Spider-Man. But is it right? No. Now, one last thing. The only thing I've been stressing is two things. One, we got all these Spider-Man fans all of a sudden out of nowhere. We love Spider-Man! And then you go, okay, my dude, do me a favor. Show me your Spider-Man report card and collection. And I got motherfuckers hitting me with Spider-Man on fucking PlayStation Vita. On the fucking Vita! I'm like, what the fuck is that? Or either Batman. I'm like, Batman's not Spider-Man? Hello? Wrong superhero. So anyway, they didn't play the game. Then you ask them, oh, listen, you got Insomniac games? I love Ratchet! And that's it. And Resistance 2! I said, well, you know, they're well known for mainly Ratchet and Resistance 2 because 1 and 3 were really acclaimed. And if you look back at Insomniac themselves, they said, we hated making Resistance because they don't like making photorealistic games, people. Marvel asked them, what Marvel character do you want to make? And a lot of people don't know this too. I have proof in the podcast when they spoke about it. What they said, you can make any game, any character you want, whether it's Moonlight, Punisher, whatever. They chose Spider-Man because it has their kooky kind of art style and comedic, dialogue or dialect, whatever you want to call it. And that's why they chose Spider-Man. It was Insomniac that chose Spider-Man. It could have been any game. That's another thing. Now, the last thing I want to say is if you didn't play Amazing Spider-Man from Beanox on the 360, I got news flash for you. The new Spider-Man, everything I've seen on screen with the exception of just the web traps, okay, which you guys know what that is he puts a little web and it works like a bomb, and when they walk by,
boom, the stuff from Homecoming.
Exactly. The only thing that I see new is that everything else I've seen, from the cinematic shots to how he fights, the acrobatic smoothness, the Arkham Knight style of combat with more acrobatic style was done in Amazing Spider-Man 1. You can't argue with me because I beat the game, I own the game, then I beat part 2, and I own the game also. And I can play it as soon as I go backwards and try and prove it to anybody or do videos on it. Okay? Yeah. If you don't have the game, shut the fuck up. Don't say shit. Don't give me that fucking logic of Activision makes shitty games. That's why I never bought it. Fuck you. That's the same logic as you saying something like, I don't know, what's something stupid and ludicrous. That I won't watch a fucking Spider-Man movie from anybody else if somebody else new makes it. You can't do that because everything that comes out is a new interpretation from a different person that has the opportunity and the potential to be just as good, if not better, than what actually existed before. That's just common logic. Mm-hmm. So that's my take on it. The new Spider-Man looks phenomenal. Am I going to play it? Hell the fuck yeah. And I'm going to rub it up their fucking ass. Okay. Do I care that it's no, but I think it's fucked up because I know Sony did it because they're mudslingers. They're about making money. Okay. And that's what they do. So bravo to them for being assholes. They know what they're doing. Okay. But is it doing something new? No, it is not. As far as what I see, with the exception of the one thing. Now, am I saying that it's not going to have other new things? No, I'm not saying that either. I have to beat the game. So for all those who try to skew and change everything I've said on Twitter or wherever else, fuck you, suck my dick, and go play Spider-Man.
What I do need to add to that is Amazing Spider-Man 1. I didn't get to buy that game though. Yeah, that game did look amazing though. I can't front.
Oh, it's better than
Amazing Spider-Man 2 was actually a step down from that.
It was.
You could tell they phoned in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
They rushed it. Bring it out with
they rushed it. No, I'm saying that was probably a 1-year development cycle. Literally, no bullshit.
Yeah. Yep.
And they, of course, gave it the 1080p thing for the next gen consoles because it was a last gen game. You know what I'm saying? It was a 360 PS3 games, and they ported it over, made it 1080p. So it was running rock solid 1080p on both platforms. All right, Xbox One and fucking PlayStation 4. All right, and I did see a lot of elements that I did see in the trailer when Straight Long had pointed it out. You know what I'm saying? It made me actually go back, and I was like, oh damn, let me put it on. And I was like, yo, he was right. There are some actually animation for animation copy paste, but then again, it is Spider-Man. People know what I'm saying. They're not gonna make Spider-Man play like Wolverine. All right? It is Spider-Man. Yeah. All right, so it's all good though. I'm happy Sony got that exclusive. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to start saving up pennies. If I don't save up pennies in time in order to get it, I'm gonna be playing it at my cousin's house because I know he's gonna get that collector's edition. All right, he's gonna get that
you just reminded me of one thing too. Collide. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there trying to say that it was a movie tie-in game. And I'm going to tell you right now, unequivocally, the game, the only thing that's movie tie-in is the title. If you played the game, you know that it's a completely offset story. As a matter of fact,
he's 23 years old. How is it a movie tie-in?
Exactly. Now, to the movie with the first one that they say is, oh, they're making more mutants like Lizard Man. That is it. But here's the kicker. Kaleidoscope. J-Long showed me something they posted up, right? With Spider-Man Infinity, the Spidey armor suit, right? You can play the whole game with that suit on, right?
The Infinity War
yeah,
suit.
yeah.
The Infinity War.
So I'm like, so I guess that means since you actually play with his costume, the new one,
That
and
makes
looks
it a
more
movie
like the new-
tie-in.
It's a movie tie-in. Thank you.
Wow,
I mean,
that's
Let's use their
retarded.
logic. Let's lose their
All right,
logic.
so
right?
that is Spider-Man gets to put on the symbiote suit. Is it a tie into Spider-Man 3?
Exactly. Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry
that's just
about that
retarded.
long-winded answer, guys, but I had
It's
to.
all good. It's all good. I mean, there's been a lot of things popping off.
Hey,
though, man.
that wasn't that long.
Oh,
No,
thank
it
you.
wasn't.
Thank you.
It wasn't.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? What
more-
it is that they've been coming at you so many weeks. You already had everything down pat. You know what I'm saying? And what you wanted to say is like, let me break it down
Oh.
in a nice way for the dumb asses out there to understand. You know what I'm saying? But even then, they're zealous, so it's all good.
Oh, that's true.
All right. Now, I do want to get into that Livewires video, though.
Uh-oh. What
You know what I'm
happened?
saying? I'm actually going to talk basically to the general fan base. You know what I'm saying? The casuals out there, the ones that know about development, games. All right. So, like for every game that you make, you get to push around a certain amount of polygons, right?
Right.
In the game. So, for example, State of Decay has 3 giant, huge, massive maps. All right. That you can play the game on. There's
Right.
multiple characters on screen. So the more characters you have on screen, the less polygons you have per character. Now, in a Sony game, like Spider-Man, for instance, you have maybe 4 or 5 characters running around on screen instead of
Yep.
20 or 30 like you see in State of Decay. So obviously you have more polygons to add to every one of those 5 characters. All right, so those characters, of course, are going to look better. Why? Because it's a different kind of game. State of Decay has 3 giant, massive maps, while Spider-Man is running around in Manhattan, people. All right, let's just be honest. Now, of course, Spider-Man is going to look better because it's 2 different types of games. That's like trying to compare Grand Theft Auto to Uncharted. You can't. All right, because Grand Theft Auto has a giant overworld. It's like comparing Red Dead Redemption to fucking The Last of Us. You can't. It has a giant fucking open world, people. The more things that the game is pushing around in the environment, the less polygons you have per asset. All right. So also another thing, Spider-Man, is he using a car? Is he even riding a bicycle? No.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but
there's
yet
no
in State of
four-player
Decay, you
co-op
got
either.
different types of vehicles. You got motorcycles. I mean, come on, Grand Theft Auto, you got airplanes that you're flying around in.
That's right.
All right. So an open world game, there's no way in hell it's gonna look like a single player based game. All right. So making the comparison is just it's just dumb. All right. But I want to go with the panel though, man. I mean, are we accurate on this show? Jaylon, what do you think about this, man?
Yeah, like you were saying, this is 4-player co-op, so that also adds more to the graphics. But yeah, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
Here it is, this character model from State of Decay, and here's a character model from Spider-Man.
And that's
Is
a
it
bad
really that
character
different?
model picture. I've seen better ones.
Yeah.
And is it really that much of a difference? And one is 30, one is 60. One has co-op, one does not.
Yeah. And plus, there's a lot less characters running around on screen. I've seen some of the hectic battles in State of Decay. You know what I'm saying? I want to see if Spider-Man is going to get into some battles like that. I doubt it, because then the game wouldn't be, the frames will probably drop because there's so many polygons per character.
Yeah, and Spider-Man more scripted too, so that's another thing as well.
It will have
That's another thing.
It's gonna have. Well, net is just random. So
because you need the scripted events, Triple Cup. You need it
in order. Yeah, exactly. No, Triple Cup is on the money right there. Because if something is scripted, you could actually make it look the best way possible. When something has, let's say, emergent gameplay, where you can't actually predict what's going to go down, that's when the thing changes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have to compensate in your engine for all that stuff that's going to emerge out of the, on the fly. All right, which is just trippy in and of itself.
Right.
All right, so Ghost, you got anything to add to that? 100? Anybody just feel to jump in?
Ghost is coming.
So what?
Spider-Man.
Well, I already
as far
said
as like
Spider-Man.
as far as the comparison to like State of Decay
yeah.
2 and Spider-Man comparisons, do you think it's an accurate comparison?
Oh, the cartoony looking type stuff that
Yeah.
Jay. Oh man, yo, Livewise hit the nail in the coffin with that one. All that talking about cartoony games, man. What's up with that? Spider-Man is,
What?
they got it looking like a cartoon. I thought they like realistic games on the Sony side. Mocap games, bro.
Yeah. But that's coming from next gen, though, man. That's coming from next gen. He's a casual. We know that, all right. But do you think it's a fair assessment to compare both games, though, man?
I mean, since they compare the cartooniness, I think he just put that up just to show. But State of Decay looks tough. It looks mean. It looks good.
It does, man.
And they're gonna hate on it regardless because it's an Xbox exclusive. But I can't wait to play it.
Dude, who you telling, man? I'm counting the days, bro.
We got Spider-Man. We got State of Decay. We getting ours early anyway. They gotta wait till what, September?
September 7th.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, we'll probably be playing Crackdown as well before that, man. Crackdown, if I'm not mistaken, is June 30th.
Killer Phil might be up on Batman. I'm telling you, Khaled, he gonna throw something this year. We might get an extra 2 exclusives. Who knows? Dropping this year.
I think we're gonna get a lot more than 2 more exclusives, man. Because guess what? Ori and the Blind, the new Ori game hasn't come out yet. No. So we know that's going to be dropping pretty soon.
I think that's supposed to be this year.
And that shit looks gorgeous. The Last Night hasn't dropped yet. And we know that's going to be coming out pretty soon. Black Desert Online hasn't dropped yet. And we know that's going to be coming out pretty soon. So there's going to be quite a few games that are going to be exclusive to the Xbox platform, at least for this year. Ori ain't going nowhere, all right? Because that's full-blown exclusive. But The Last Night, I think it's time, as well as Black Desert Online. You know what I'm saying? And PUBG, well, who knows whenever that shit will ever hit the PlayStation 4. You know what I'm saying? It's up to Microsoft and Bluehole. But, we got all these games right now that you could only enjoy here. All right? And that's not even counting the stuff we'll see at E3.
Is it true, though, that PUBG won't be on PlayStation because Sony ain't trying to agree to have them crossplay with us?
I don't know, because I don't think it has anything to do with the crossplay.
I think I'd be on Microsoft server. See, Bluehole, when they made the deal, I don't know what Microsoft did. They left Amazon. It was on when PUBG first started. It was on Amazon servers.
Yeah,
they left and took everything. He took all their projects and put them on Azure. So they put it on Microsoft servers. The only game.
I think it might come out though, because Sony they're using Microsoft servers now for Minecraft.
Yeah, but that's the only game. The only game that's on that they do, and that's because they have to. But you see, they're not.
Somebody had pointed out another game.
They're not getting. Did you see? They're not getting the new update either because.
No, I know.
What you call it is all crossplay now. Minecraft is crossplay. You can crossplay between PC, handheld, cell phones.
None of the updates.
They don't get none of that.
Yeah.
The Switch, everything. Everybody can talk to each other. Do what you got to do. They don't allow it, so that's what I'm saying. When it comes to Microsoft server, I don't think they want to touch it. They're like, we ain't got to. And they thinking, and look at what you call it run. They were like, well, we got Fortnite. Even though that's free.
Yeah, we got Fortnite too.
Yeah, well, but that's what they might feel like. We already got a battle royale game. That's selling, people buying.
Well, dude, the 2 number 1 games on the Xbox platform right now are Fortnite, which is number 1 on PlayStation, and on Xbox, the second one is PUBG. All right, so it's Fortnite and PUBG. PUBG right up there with Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it would be like that on the PlayStation if it was there. But it's not right now. Still a wait and see game.
And them 2 games people don't want to understand. I break down the 2. Because my little cousin was up here. He had a baby shower for my cousin. So, the kids, they wanted to come in the room and play Fortnite. Like, I ain't download that update.
So you had stalkers asking 100 why he was having people in his family having baby showers in his house.
Yeah, I'm like, man,
that's
kind of stupid, dude.
I was like, what the hell kind of question is that, yo?
And you see, I ain't answer none of the motherfuckers back. But it's weird, you know what I'm saying? Like Fortnite actually does auto targeting, help you shoot. You know what I'm saying? You have to build, you build on the fly. Yeah. Or PUBG is your ass is on this island and you got to shoot yourself. I mean, it's no auto targeting. Yep. You don't have that. It's the really survival of the fittest. I just saw people play. My son that played Fortnite, and all of a sudden build a building real quick. That's how he survived and won. No, man, I want you to. That ain't fun to me. That's not fun. It might be fun to someone else. I want to go mano y mano like I did the other day. I went mano y mano, but I had a shotgun and he had a scar. The Scar gonna probably beat me 85% of the time, especially hit me in the head and I ain't got no helmet on.
Yep.
I can relate to that. So people, yeah, they do almost something similar. That's why I don't believe Bluehole actually went after Epic for it, because it's their rip off, but it ain't completely ripped off.
Exactly.
I got a question, guys. What happened to the regular Fortnite? Is that still playable?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you can buy, but people didn't understand when they did that. Now, there's some people that tried to get me to buy that. Day one, they was in, you gotta go buy it. So I ended up reading up on it, and it was that's turning to free to play later on this year. So people that didn't spend $40, that's gonna be free to play.
It's a L.
So you pay $40 being a beta. Really?
You know what's crazy? 100. I'm playing that, and mine says season 3. I'm like, what? So
Yeah, it does. It does say season 3 for Battle Royale.
Yeah, it bugged me out.
With John Wick on the cover.
But they have a single player. They have like a co-op multiplayer mode, but I guess it has something to do with the story.
And then people can actually argue, oh, it's a cartoony John Wick. It don't matter, man. It's John Wick,
man. I bought me some Raven outfit with some flying shit, Raven shit. It looks hot. But that's it. That's
so
all.
PUBG is the mature version.
Yeah, PUBG is. It's more realistic. The other one's cartoony.
There's your mature game right there.
Yeah, you got one that's like yeah, you're right. One that's mature and one that's cartoony.
Pew pew.
No, it's a trip, man. And then of course we started going into God of War, right? God of War. All the reviews started coming in. Know what I'm saying? Some people, I guess, they try to be realistic about their reviews. Know what I'm saying? It's basically saying that, if you really love like the old gameplay style of the old God of War, this might not be for you. Because the gameplay is completely different. You're using the triggers now in order to pull off the combos and whatnot. Kratos, I guess he forgot how to jump, all right? So he can no longer double jump or even jump. But still, it looks like it's going to be good. It looks like it's going to be amazing. I ain't get into arguments with people on Twitter over God of War. Nah, dude, what I did is I dusted off fucking Marlow Briggs. And I was playing Marlow Briggs all day this morning and shit. And my cousin came over. And he was like, oh, that's that God of War type game and shit. I was like, yeah. So me and him was playing it for a few hours and shit. And the shit is legit, man. J-Long was telling me earlier, he's like, oh, they should do a 4K enhanced version. I was like, dude, the shit looks amazing now. I can imagine it 4K enhanced. That shit will look retarded. All right? But that's the way I see things. And then, you have people saying, right, we have no games like this. It's like, what are you talking about? This shit was like a God of War ripoff, but yet the world and the setting was completely original. All right. Now you're dealing with Mayans and Aztecs and totems and all this crazy shit. While God of War was dealing with the Greek gods. So it's like his own setting, just like more or less Dante's Inferno. It was his own thing. You know what I'm saying? It might have shared its DNA with God of War, just like Marlow Briggs, but the setting, the storytelling, and everything is completely different. All right. And yet you got these fanboys, right? Oh, we ain't got games like that. Well, this one came out, but you ain't know about it, did you? All right. So what's up with that?
They knew about it, but since they heard it was Xbox Arcade, it came from Xbox Arcade. Remember, Clatter, I didn't know nothing about it until
I didn't know nothing about it. I saw K Mega do that video.
And that's what I knew about it. You said, man, what game is that? And he said, Marlow Briggs. I said, I can't wait. If it go backwards, I'm getting it day one. And then when it happened, instead of me buying it, the next time they gave us for free. I mean, I think I bought it. Bro. If they gave us for free, I bought it. I think I bought it before it turned free. Either one of the two, I don't know.
I got the free one though, man. I
drink a lot, so I don't know. I'll be buying shit like Instinction and don't even realize I bought that shit.
God bless you for that, man.
Hey, man, like I'm going to put the bottle down sometime. But them games. But the thing about it, that game was the story was just crazy. It was just raw off the jump. Man.
It's dope.
It was off the jump, and you know what I liked about the game? It knew how to take like the still shots and make it like comic bookish. You know what I'm saying? It felt like it was a cutscene, but it wasn't a real cutscene.
Yeah.
Think about it. Microsoft go put some money like they put it into State of Decay.
State of Decay. Yep.
If they announce Marlow Briggs, I'm doing the jig, and the person that makes the game 505 games, They make
They don't.
they
No, no. They're the publisher. They're the publisher. The
okay.
developer is actually Microsoft Game Studios, bro.
Oh, okay. I didn't know who because I see 505 because 505 makes prominent poker for me. So I was my poker Friday night poker. So if
I
they
think that was
do
a Don Matrix thing. No, I'm saying they was doing it, and I guess Don Matrix ain't have faith in it, and he gave it to another publisher.
Yeah, if they do it, if
That's
Microsoft
crazy.
brings that game, I'm doing the jig. I'm man. Like you said, you screaming. I'll be motherfucker. I'll be rolling down the street to I think I'm on Sherman because that game was fun and you put the budget in and like it's original story. It's like in the Mayans. You know what I'm saying? The Mayans. How many games we really talk about where the Mayans at? You know what I'm saying? Probably Uncharted or something like that. But
dude, it was like some Uncharted, Indiana Jones / God of War. It's like all of that shit mixed together, yo.
Yeah, and you had the weapons. But when I took the Kratos weapon, well, he got on God of War. I ran through after I got that weapon. I wasn't switching another weapon because I was chaining up shit. I chained up. I'm over here chaining up 200 hit combos. You know, it had puzzle elements in it. It had platform elements in it. When you got your wings, that shit was cool.
No,
but some people like
wings.
Oh yeah.
Yo, but it has some cool ass elements like hanging up from the helicopter, yo, upside down, avoiding them trees, yo, sliding down the things when you on the mine carts and stuff like that. I mean, sliding down hills with all these freaking rock formations in front of you. There's so many things, man. They just made it pure arcade adrenaline fun.
Yeah, right? It goes in first person shooter when you get to certain guns. You go in first person.
Dude, and there was one part that I played today that reminded me of Neo Automata. When you was in the helicopter, it was like a little helicopter. It was like a regular shooter from the top. I was like, oh shit, that shit reminded me of Neo Automata. I was like, wait a minute, but what came first? Marlow Briggs or Neo Automata? Oh shit!
Yeah. When you find the helicopter, absolutely. Absolutely. He does
that shit had me bugging, bro. My cousin just stayed with his jaw open because I was playing the Automata in his crib like 2 weeks ago. And I was tripping on those shooting elements and whatnot. When he saw me playing earlier today, he's just stayed quiet. He ain't comment. I was like, yo, this shit is a trip. I was like, yo, this like the Automata. Hold on.
Before Neo Automata.
You got it for free, right? Shit.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
And I got it for free.
Well, you been at
it. No, I knew that. Yeah. I tried it too. Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Login. See, that's why I don't get stressed out when they talk about a certain game. If it would have been a game that I've never played that type of gameplay before, then maybe not. No, I'm saying no.
We talk about
the new God of War is a little bit different, right? Because obviously they changed the formula. That. They changed its DNA. Now it seems like it has more in common with, like, I guess, Rise / The Last of Us. It has more in common with that, with the over-the-shoulder cam and everything. All right. The combos, I guess, are kind of similar to, if you want to put it out there, For Honor, right? Because For Honor was actually using the triggers as well. But still, it's a trip. It's a trip, man. What are your thoughts on this, Hebot?
Well,
on the whole God of War and and us not having things like that on our console when actually we just put it out there that they are.
I never answered you the first one where you asked me about the State of Decay comparison with Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Let us know about that. Yeah, is that an accurate assessment, right? Is that accurate comparison?
Look, first and foremost, the Spider-Man is an open world game that's probably going to be maybe the size of the 2 of the maps from State of Decay put together into one. And like you guys pointed out, the thing is when they make the Spider-Man games, the only part that's really open world is the swinging areas until you get to your missions, and then the little side missions is doing things like fighting little offset kind of criminals or bosses on certain alleyways, and so everything's
stopping cars.
Right, stopping cars, and even robots or whatever the hell they send that you. So it feels more claustrophobic. You run up the buildings and things like that. But when you actually fight the levels, you go into underground, and it's usually basically mainly underground or in certain parts of the map that they transform into an actual
little hub areas.
Hub areas.
That's not open world. Not really open world.
So that's why, because of this technique, because that's what it's called, a technique. Okay. The fidelity of the graphics, right? The graphic fidelity is a lot higher. But you also got to understand that Spider-Man is being done on a brand new engine from scratch, being created specifically for next gen. Okay. I believe the new State of Decay is using Unreal Engine 4, but the old one uses the 3, right?
Yeah, the old version, yeah.
Right. Okay. But the biggest difference is it's a 4-player co-op. Okay. They have a slew of weaponaries, customization, gear. You know what I'm saying?
Building.
And there's nothing scripted, like Triple Cup stated earlier.
Right.
When you make things
building and
scripted,
hundreds of
you
playable
could raise
characters
up
too.
the fidelity on something that's scripted versus something that's emergent gameplay.
Right. Well, they have vehicles, and they're gonna have the ability of building forts, so you can protect yourself inside these homes. But it's all in real time. You're gonna be able to play online or local or whichever options they give you. So once you add so much more things to a game, and they still managing to keep, it's kind of got the same dilemma as Recore, right? Whereas Recore, the reason why it looked kind of photorealistic in some areas, and in some areas it kind of looked comic bookish, I guess. But with the art style, but the reason for that is because they used the Unity engine, which is an indie engine that they use for all the indie games, and it's free. So the fact that they made it to look that way, being an indie game, was a feat within itself. Instead of people hating on it, they should realize that is a technical feat because they're using Unity, which was done specifically for little indie games.
The only ones that know how to use that engine is Crytek. Let's be honest, man.
Right. No, but I'm talking about Recore. That the Recore was done on Unity, and it's a free little.
The Crytek engine is done on I mean, the Crytek Rise Son of Rome is done on the Unity engine, isn't it?
No, that's Crytek engine.
It's on
the
Crytek engine.
Man,
the Cry engine. Oh, damn. Oh, what am I thinking, bro?
No, that's
right,
okay.
whatever.
That's just because you had too much to drink. That's okay. So anyway, we're not judging you, man. We're not.
Yo, 100 is a bad influence, bro.
Yeah, it is what it is. So check it out. So that's why I said when people hate on it, I'm like, listen, I don't understand why you hate on it, because that's the reasoning for that, right? Let's just say, right? Plus the games, it does what it's supposed to do. That's great gameplay, especially old school style.
Let me bring up something also, Heba, that people are also complaining, oh, there's no character creator. The reason there's no character creator is because there's supposed to be survivors in this town that you get attached to that die. If you create a character, that character might die right there, and it's gonna be pointless. You know?
Right.
You won't know their backstory. You won't know the shit that they went through.
Right. That's why every time you start, you regenerate with a new character, I believe.
Yeah, different character, different story.
Well, yeah, if your character dies, it's permadeath. So that's it.
All races, all
they actually put a
genders,
gravestone now. He bought in the menu. When you after that character died, you go back to that menu, you'll see everybody else. And the character that died, you'll see a gravestone.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, check this out. I never. What was that, Triple Cup? I'm sorry.
Nah, I was just saying, once you die, you just got to choose somebody else out your community.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. See, so I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I played State of Decay. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and say I played State of Decay. I own the game and I seen my son play it, so I know what it's about. But I am legitimately going to play the second one because it's 4-player co-op. I have friends that I can play it with. You see what I'm saying? And that makes it more interesting for me, because whatever I don't know, they're going to help me work through it and learn the game. And maybe have more fun with it.
Hey, check this out.
Go ahead.
With the 4-player co-op, what people ain't realizing is you let's say if you playing, you call somebody to your world to come help you. So
I heard about that.
Look,
you can start different.
Your community, you get the you know what I'm saying. You
bring it with you to another map, right? Yeah, I know.
So
I heard about that.
You showing them your community,
and you bring everything you have, like your loot and all the stuff that you maintain. Yeah, I heard about that, and that's awesome. That makes it even more worth playing like that. So, or more attractive to play that way, co-op. So, and the thing is, the word is, it may not be a cinematic, but the word is, it also has a campaign story that you're going to be able to play with friends co-op as well.
But the thing is, you can't make it cinematic. It's not scripted, Eva.
Right,
it's emergent gameplay.
Right. But it has a campaign in it, right? For what
I'm hoping it's 60 frames, bro.
Okay, that campaign is just like how you play Far Cry 5.
Or Division, right?
You'll start a story mode. Yeah, when you start a story, you got a bunch of side missions. You can do side missions like nothing. So you might get put on. Yeah, so you just can't certain missions you just can't go do because for one, you don't even have the manpower. Then also it throws this element in. You might go home and somebody might over there be set tripping. And you're like, no, what? Let's go take a walk. And then, it's up to you. If
the reality of it,
if you,
you got to
it's
take
putting
care
control.
of your community.
You know what
And
I'm
the
saying?
reality is,
So if
the
this dude
community
is
got to
over
work
here,
together in order to have success in it. Because if not,
yeah,
anybody can mess you all
if
up.
you have chaos, somebody might
Yo,
sit there and do something. Somebody might get raped. Somebody might go on a rampage, can't lose it, and something like that. So they'll tell you need to go talk to such and such and such.
Right.
Yup.
Okay. So
Or
listen.
you go on this walk, and you tell him, you
Right.
ask him questions like, "Hey, are you cool? Are you
Oh,
straight?
you don't like
You
him, you
down
kick
with
him
us?"
out of your community,
That's
right?
straight body.
Oh no, you can
Yo,
dome him.
yo, as a matter of fact, 100 onto something because I saw some of those gameplay things, and there was somebody in the community set tripping, causing dissent among the people in your community.
Right.
Right? Which
Hot
those are
body.
things that you need to tackle head on. Because if not, you know what I'm saying, these dudes could be dipping or they'll take off. They'll leave the community far out. It's like, oh, this motherfucker ain't listen to me. He by your dumbass, he ain't listen to me. Fuck that. I'm out.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then y'all get attacked. And guess what? The community's fucked because they're one-handed. They're short-handed. And who knows how many dissenters that motherfucker will take with him.
wait,
Right.
so
You know
you're
what I'm
saying
saying?
another player could sabotage your base?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes.
They've been saying that since day one. Yeah.
Yo, man, you need to get this deep. You need a fucking shovel, guys.
I'm serious.
Well,
It's some shit. You
Well,
gotta be paying attention to your community. It's not a game
Yeah,
about
man.
a
It's
single
about survival.
person. All right.
Gotta survive.
Exactly. Thank you. It's about survival.
So to finish, I guess to finish that topic, I guess it's an absurdity because obviously Spider-Man is, a single player experience, obviously, with not even a multiplayer, but not even a multiplayer component added to it, right?
They need to put Miles Morales and Peter Parker fighting together. That would be so dope, but they're not gonna fucking do it.
But so and then State of Decay is 4 players. But the thing I don't understand is you're gonna pay $60 for Spider-Man. With State of Decay, it's a $30 title. And if you want to buy the deluxe to get more stuff, it's $50. And then if you don't want to buy it until you try it because you're not sure if you like it and it's your cup of tea, you get it through Game Pass. So you still have multiple options. So that will bring, I believe, more people will engage in the game and play it right off the hip than something, let's say, like Spider-Man. Although Spider-Man is just going to sell on principle the fact that it's Marvel. You see what I'm saying? Because now there's more awareness because the Spider-Man and the Marvel Universe is more actively aware and social in society in general. You know what I mean? Unlike before. So yeah, I mean, it's and plus they're different games. They're open world, yes, but that's about the only similarity that they have. You see what I'm saying?
This the only
one is going to have a lot of
realistic
scripted
and
events.
One is Spider-Man and one is like a realistic game. You die, you die. That's it. Spider-Man.
And it has a lot of
swinging
zombies
webs.
on
To me, I think State of Decay got more longevity because of the co-op.
Yes.
Obviously, this shit is more realistic in the sense that if you die, you gone. Plus, you gotta survive. You gotta get all kind of thing, medication. Basically, if the motherfuckers can roll a blunt and chill out at night and make sure the gates and everything's locked down tight and have your men on post and all that doing their thing. Everybody doing the food on the side, medication over here, all that. Spider-Man, we all know that's Peter Parker. He's going to fly around with the webs. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. State of Decay is going to have a longevity because you're going to have DLC coming out for it. You're going to have way more stuff. That's just my opinion. And another thing, guys. I got some news, yo. Breaking news, man. In Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4, when you swing on a building and you swing and you switch in the air and you do a double back monkey flip and you hit the square button twice, you're going to see Yoshida's face come out the side like, don't see. You got to hit the button. You got to hit triangle twice. And that's when you get the new Iron Spider-Man suit, bro.
You saw how you go play in the dark. If they tell you you go out with the dark, it's real dark.
Yeah.
Not the dark.
Yeah, that's a dope ass element. Yep. They said that in the nighttime they get more.
I like that new plague too, bro. That new plague too, that you have to go and destroy the heart before you die or whatever. You saw that. I forgot exactly what it is, but it was some complex new type of plague. Yeah. Like there's these new type of when the heart's out, the zombies are more feral. I forgot what it was, but you gotta get to the source of it.
Best thing is that we'll play both of them, State of Decay and Spider-Man. So it doesn't matter. So
what was it? You take out the heart to get the vaccine. I think that's what it was.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes.
Because you couldn't heal But my thing is, look at all the elements we just talked about. Say, I went. Y'all don't, if y'all think we bullshit in the public, you think we're lying, go on YouTube and type in Undead Labs. They break it down themselves. They break it down better than IGN. They'll have the IGN overlay going on, but they'll have their developers breaking stuff down. When the dudes sit there, like the first time I almost gonna run out of gas. I had to stop at the gas station. Okay, you
Right.
up the ante for one. You usually just drive around. I'm on the road again. Can't do that. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's to me that's cool.
It
You know
is.
what I'm saying?
It looks
That's
cool.
cool.
It looks fun.
That's having me excited. That's day one. It might take me away from Pub Jesus for a couple of days or something. I got back on Pub Jesus.
What about Hunted when you run out of bullets, bro?
Oh.
Man,
Wow.
yo, Hunted, you
That's when
remember
you turn off your Xbox, bro.
Remember the airplane that was destroyed on the ground? And all the fucking zombies there on the low, and you sometimes you got you got a whole ass, man. And you gotta save
and then also your weapons break.
Yeah,
your weapons break. So your weapons, just because you got an axe, you lock it too many times. You need to go get another. You need to keep something in your pocket, and you got an inventory. You can fit everything. When you get that backpack on, you run slower.
You know,
so
you know why?
You got to know when to set trip and what not to set trip on.
Right. I don't know if you guys
make me want to play this shit, man.
Yeah, no, he's right.
Because I'm like almost 6 hours into the first one, man. The only issue I have is just it's an indie, a little buggy.
Yeah,
but I might actually go back and finish that, man.
But matter of fact, do this, Jay Long. If you got the pack, right? If you don't want to do one, go do that. Don't do the middle one. That's forever. Do the second one where you got guns already. Just like you in Atlanta and you part of the military.
Oh, I played that one a little bit. I did the other one. I think I did the middle one.
So you automatically got rifles and guns, and it's a different thing. You rolling down the freeway, you got cars in the way, so you just can't go 100 miles and running like NWA. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
you might enjoy that one a little bit more because that one kind of is tailored like what they finna do with this one. Because in State of Decay 1, in the first one, you ain't had no gun. You had to go find some. You had an old girl with the gun, but you was beating people with bats and 2x4s and everything.
Yeah, we
stomping.
Honey, I made it. I know I finished that one. The one where that was talking about the plane down. You have to go to a spot where it's like like a place where like beds is and stuff, and you got to do stuff in there to get something. I forgot what it was, and the hordes that's coming in there is retarded. Like them fucking dudes running, zombies all in there, man. You gotta shoot, bam. You gotta keep it moving, boy. Yeah, it's not like I'm telling you, you don't want your character to die when you level them up. You do not want him to die, so you trying to save yourself. And whatever person is trying to help you or whatever, sometimes they go, bro, and you gotta keep it moving. You can't just think you're gonna help out like that. This shit is badass.
Yo, that's one good thing about the fat Xbox, man. I used to just yank the power brick and freaking unplug that shit before my character died.
No,
I'm gonna have to go behind my X to do that with this one.
That is straight. Think about it. People don't understand permadeath. That means that character does not come back. Now, with State of Decay 1, you also did this is say that character can get tired. So you go look on your menu. He's tired. He needs to go to sleep. You go play with
I don't know. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm gonna do my little Seamus indie plug like always. But that State of Decay is like there's an indie game that came out last gen, and they did a sequel this gen, which is called How to Survive, and it's 4 players and has permanent.
Oh yeah, I remember How to Survive.
Yeah, but
it's fun.
It's
cool. But it's a top down. It's top down. Yes,
it's top down. It's cool. I play. It's cool when you play with friends.
Yes.
Yo, I want to hear. I want to hear. Triple Cup's thoughts on this, man. We haven't heard too much from Triple Cup.
Yeah, I was letting he was doing his thing, but pretty much me with the the State of Decay, the comparison. I mean, they both look like two good games and two different games. And like I said, one is just scripted. So, what I'm saying, put the movie together, they know what's going to happen next, so they can put the best quality for this one particular scene. It is already on pre-script, it's there. So, what I'm saying, that's why I ain't really worrying about when people say anything about that. But with that, what we was talking about that God of War, I had came up with a joke. I said it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Somebody almost got me banned for this joke. But I was like, it's just funny. It's funny. When something funny, you just laugh about it. Right. But the joke was, How do you know that Kratos is white?
Oh shit.
Oh crap.
Oh,
Check this out.
they lost some shit.
my cousin was telling him he actually has color though.
Yeah, but look, check
You
this
know what I'm
out.
saying?
The reason why you know Kratos is white, because white men can't jump.
Oh my
Ah,
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do believe Kratos is dark skinned, but
That's
it's the
pretty
ashes
clever.
that make him white.
Yeah.
Right, we can't
I
jump.
mean, if he, I know that.
That's a
That's why he's voiced by a black
You
man.
get it, the old movie White Men Can't Jump. There was
Yep.
a movie.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, that
Wesley
shit made me
Snipes.
die when I first heard that cup.
He lost mad money,
That
man.
shit
Wesley
was
Snipes
funny.
did him dirty, man.
That's pretty clever.
But yeah, that
I
movie was butter.
It was like somebody said to me, "Oh, Eba likes to he said Eba likes to use the hoop earrings and what the fuck else he said? He said the hoop earrings and something else. Oh, and I think he said something in reference to the tower. He says because he's been playing too much Sea of Thieves and Assassin's Creed Origins or something. No. In
Yeah.
reference to the gypsies and stuff. It was pretty funny.
Also, I'm glad you brought up Origins. Think about like for example, the both games that I'm about to mention are two open world games: Assassin's Creed Origins, open world, Horizon Zero Dawn, open world. What characters look better? Horizon Zero Dawn. But how many characters did you see on screen in Origins? And how
You can do a
big
lot more in
was that
Origins.
overworld in Origins? It was retarded, man. It was retarded. Right, easily 2 or 3 times over.
Yeah.
But Horizon Zero Dawn was. So since there's less polygons, right? They're able to add more polys to each one of the characters to make them pop off the screen.
I was gonna say Origins, but I remember I played it on the X, so it's not fair.
Origins is amazing. I can't front. That's like the sickest looking Assassin's Creed of them all, bro.
Yeah,
Of them all, bar
It
none.
looks really good. Yeah, it looks very good.
I mean,
really does.
amazingly good, yo. That camel, dude. I just be tripping out on the camel, bro. Like,
Yo, guys,
camel, bro. Fucking camel.
Before we finish on State of Decay 2, is it 60 frames? Because I see some footage is 30, some is 60. I'd like to know.
I don't know.
hope
Maybe
it
the
is.
X might have an option.
Yeah, it might be
I
on the
really hope
X.
so,
Yeah.
man.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't really care if it is 30 as long as if it looks fluid. Like
Well,
the games
honest,
that you've seen so far, as long as it's fluid,
As long as the game is good for me, I don't care, man.
right? It's like, but it
No,
gotta be at
don't
least
tell
30.
me how the game
At least
don't
30.
matter to me.
Yes.
Yeah, as long as it's
the game and I got it and it's exclusive to
yeah,
us,
yeah.
I'm good.
But as long as it's responsive, then that's all that matters. Really.
Well, want to know what's the thing though? Even if it wasn't exclusive, I would still get State of Decay.
Oh hell yeah!
Right.
Must.
Yeah, 4
You
player.
know what I'm saying?
Zelda.
That's just beyond the fact it's exclusive or not. I would still get this motherfucker. This shit looks dope as hell.
Can I say one thing, guys?
Yeah.
How is that game selling, man? Hellblade, man. Cause this is a shame. This is a mocap, quote unquote, game, like realistic type game, like graphics, and nobody buying it. That should. And then they cry that Phil Spencer. He's not. They look at sales, man. They look at the
Yeah. True.
And
I feel you.
people complain and bitch about it, but did they buy the game?
Those are the same people that didn't buy Quantum Break or Rise. All right.
Right.
So
Right.
it's understandable, yo. They like talking shit, but they don't like backing up what they talk about.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm
And then
saying?
the same ones
Hellblade,
tell me-
I played it. I did a review for it. The shit was amazing. I thought it was dope.
I'm
We had a
playing
lot of walking though, definitely.
Pacing
but,
issues. Pacing issues.
You know, I wouldn't say necessarily pacing issues. Not even that.
Because
Eva. It's just the way they was telling the story. It's like you just got to kick back and let them explain the story to you. It's about this girl's psychosis.
But the walking is slow, so it's like, oh my god!
I understand, but that's
really
the reason
boring
there was
at the
walking elements, Eba, is because of the
And it
story
was
that
also
they're
for you
telling
to
you.
see also for you to see the environment.
I think that bitch is dead, bro. She going in deep into hell, bro.
Bro, I beat it, but the ending.
Nah, don't say anything. Don't spoil it for Ghost. Play it now.
I seen the game, but I forgot that
ending.
I know. Don't say that though. I don't want to spoil anything.
All I can say is the game picks up with the combat because even though it's simplified, it's solid and it's
it's beyond solid. That shit is
you know what
deep.
I mean?
Man,
yeah, it's solid. And
it has some shit.
You know, when you get towards the almost the second half of or what you would call in the movie the third act, Oh my god, the complimentary
combat ramps
music.
up.
Yeah, with the
The music. Yeah, the way the music kicks in. Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh.
fucking
Yo.
shit!
Yo,
It's
yo,
the music.
Yeah.
It works. It just pumps you up. You're like, oh, you feel it. You're like, yes,
Yup.
it's really.
Yup.
I'm gonna say something. I don't know if you guys
Really
see it,
well
but like the end, I don't know. It reminded me of Rise, the ending. I don't know.
It is. It is very much like Rise in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways.
Kind of, sort of.
With the camera, the combat, feeling counter combat is a lot like Rise.
And the story, yeah.
And the story, but it has its own identity in that it's very dark, deep, gothic. But it's the music. The music is it's a character in its own. Because once you get, like I said, to that third act, oh my god, it pumps you up when you're playing, especially people like me, that appreciate. I don't know who else appreciates here.
I appreciate it.
Hack and slashes, like oh my fucking shit. Kaleidoscope knows exactly what I'm talking about. It just works perfect. And it's like, what?
It's just like, look. For anybody that loves good music in games, they'll know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Halo 2.
Right.
When you're in the middle of something during the campaign and that music kicks in. And you're like, oh, it just elevates you to that next level. That's the way Hellblade was hitting on all cylinders in the third act, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
And
because the first two acts, you're being told the story as to this girl's psychosis, what mental state she's in. By the time you get to the third act, yo, you're just like, yo.
Hellblade sword. Oh my lord.
Here's one thing I noticed, guys. The action scenes were kind of cut and paste, don't you think?
Well, that's in the beginning. Everything, it's limited, but it's very robust.
They throw the same enemy, the same pattern, you know.
Yes. But that's
you try to bring up comparisons to Rise, aren't you?
Yeah, but the thing is, Jay, the thing is that you have boss fights and they're different. You have like 4 or 5 and they're different.
Yeah. You got a couple of boss fights.
There's really only 2, right?
No.
There's a few boss fights.
No, I beat it. Yeah, I beat it today. Yeah.
There's like 4.
You got
that. It was more than 2 though, because like I don't want to say it because Ghost is still playing
exactly. You beat it too, Jay?
Yeah, I beat it on the 4, and I got to level 12 on PS4. I'm gonna be on the 1. Thank you, Ghost. Thank you, Heba.
It's good. It's not bad. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
Night and day, bro.
Because
I'll be sure night and day, bro. I saw.
Oh yeah, it looks incredible on the X.
Hang on, what game y'all talking about?
Hellblade.
I tell you this, guys.
I'm trying.
Boom.
But I can't play with nobody. I can't play. I can't.
You can't be at a party. You can't be at a party.
I'm shutting stuff down. I can't.
You gotta play it by yourself.
I can't do it. I have to cut the headsets all the full.
You have to play by yourself.
I do play.
You cannot talk with nobody.
It's kind of hard for me to play with myself at night. Everybody want to come in there and talk shit to me all goddamn night.
Oh, check this out. Sorry, last night I was playing it, right? And I was almost at the end. And Merc and Chief hit me up like 10 times. And I just said, I'm not coming until I'm done. I'm sorry.
That's the way I was. I was tweeting people back like, nah, bro. I'm fucking playing Hellblade. When I'm done, then I'll jump in the party.
You got to put on that do not disturb.
Yeah, basically, you got to put the do not disturb on.
You cannot talking to anybody.
Oh, wow.
Or you won't be able to capture the experience. You can't do it.
When that game first came
out. And that's no knock on anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's that's the type of game. It deserves the attention.
Man, hey, look, you got the sign up there. I don't feel like being bothered right now when you're playing Hellblade.
I didn't say, you know what I'm saying? Like, perfect example, I can play I can play Far Cry because it got co-op. I mean, the other night, me and Tax was playing. I can play and I can hear chaos going in. And you gonna hear my chaos too? Because I'm still gonna fuck John up tonight. I'm gonna kill that motherfucker tonight.
I got him already.
I already shot him. And then I'm gonna get his sister next. I'm fuck his sister off next. Yeah, I'm like, watch. Think about see, that's the game that immersed. See, that's the games that they say you should be needing more. Games that get us immersed.
Think we Hellblade do it. The thing with Hellblade is
I've seen a few people play it on my friends list, but not a whole lot though, man. You know what I'm saying? If y'all listening to this podcast, y'all need to freaking try out Hellblade. It's only $30, yo. It's not gonna break the bank.
Exactly.
And it's
worth it. Y'all didn't go.
It's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it, man.
What I can tell you,
it's not a short game either.
No, it's not short. No, it's not short. For what I could add to that, to what Kalijah said too, for $30. These guys just prove that it's not really an excuse. If you want to make a smaller title, you can really do it if you do it right and have the time and put the effort and I guess the budget maybe, but it's done right. The game feels quality. And it feels like a AAA game, even though it's indie.
Yep.
It feels really well done.
Well, what do you guys say? Do you think one and done games should be 30 like Hellblade?
Yeah,
maybe.
Game like
Maybe.
It depends on how long the game is. You know what I'm saying? If it's twice as long as Hellblade, then I could say it's good for 60.
Yo, collab.
Because Hellblade is like 7-8 hours more or less.
And if it has multiplayer component or a co-op campaign, all that comes into play, obviously.
The puzzles is a little tricky, bro. I was in there like, yo, what the?
Yeah, that's the only thing. But it doesn't tell you how to do them either.
But yo,
you gotta basically match them with what you see.
It, son, the fighting, even though a lot of them look the same, but it's the way they do it. Like I fought the first master, basically the first one. You know, he deals with illusions, so he's, you know, I'm on the floor about to give up. I feel somebody like digging in my pockets. Basically, it's shit's funny as hell. I'm laughing and shit with my mute. You know, I'm doing it on Twitch, so I got it muted, like so they won't hear my voice. Then I put that shit down. You can hear me enjoying the game while I'm fighting them.
It uses your auditory system. Like it uses your. You gotta pay attention to the rumbling. Yeah. You gotta pay attention to the sounds. You gotta pay attention to the images. Everything. It uses all your auditory systems. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, yo, the game is fire. If you ain't get that game because I've watched it when it first dropped with a PC gamer playing on PC. I stood faithfully watching him beat the freaking game every night before I went to bed. I watched this motherfucker do his whole shit beating that game. Excuse my French. And I forgot how to do the puzzles, bro, because it's been like 8 months, and I ain't think we was getting the game.
You watched it,
yeah. I ain't think we was getting the game, and I actually did a video collab back then, and I was like, "Dad, game should come on Xbox." And he was like, "Nah." He told me, but then he was like, "Ghost, they never said it might come to Xbox." He was telling me that. You remember that time, right?
Yeah,
when I called you on the phone, we was talking. Yeah, and
console debut. That's what it said.
Bang, we got it now. So I'm playing it now, and I'm like, yo, but wait, why am I taking so long to do this shit? But the fighting in it, yo, I love it, man, because I get hyped. And when I killed him, I just been Ghost. I had to add that in there when I shoved the knife in his mouth. We just been Ghost. I'm fucking buying one right now. That was hot.
Yo, man, I went through most of the game without even knowing about the right trigger move where you stop time. I didn't even know about that.
Yo, J-Log. That's why he is talking about that. You need to listen to the audio cues. Yeah. Because they yell at you. Focus.
Yep.
Hey, but no,
while you're playing.
Yeah, but that shit is crazy in the mug. I'll put this way.
It bugs you out, especially
I don't. You know, I got voices always talking in my head, and I don't understand. Already.
Don't play it drunk.
I'm playing it. Oh, I did. Oh man, I did that shit the other night. I had to put the shit down. I said, you know what? Because you hear old girl in one ear. Then you hear the other girl in one ear. Then you see the
mother,
third,
and then her husband.
Yeah, and then it'll turn to the centerpiece. That's why I say you have to put them headsets on, and it don't do it justice. I'm sitting here like, okay, the puzzles wasn't really kind of hard to me to a certain extent. The combat was a whole RB. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna block and then I just chop your ass up.
What's annoying about the puzzles is finding them.
Yeah, but you just have to just walk. It is a walking simulator to a certain
it is.
But you walk, but when you hear these voices, it's like I didn't even know that was her husband that she's carrying in her back pocket earlier today.
Yeah.
She's trying to save his soul. I said, okay, this motherfucker, this shit is scary.
Man,
I got to go
that crazy trick. She bugged out.
Wait till you get to the second half of the game. Wow, it gets crazy.
Yeah, you know, I love the ladies. One of my ladies tried to do me like this and try to save my soul. Fuck this shit. Y'all want to play some Far-Cry? Let's go kill somebody. But no, that's how you got to get. Now I heard people sitting there, oh, it's boring or it's this and that. I really want to give it a full chance. I want to give it 100% chance. I want to go through it.
It's not for everybody. Collider was right. It's not for everybody because you got to have patience. If you're willing to have the patience and really hear and walk through it, once you get to it, to when you start understanding everything, it's gratifying. You're going to appreciate it for what it is. You really are. But if you don't, Forget
It's a
it.
masterpiece, man.
It's really, it's really good. It's underrated.
But like
It's really
what
left
Kaleidoscope
on
said.
it.
What Kaleidoscope said, $30. Shit, I just drunk.
Even more
I
appealing.
just drunk $60 up yesterday. 38.
Yo, I tell you
Yeah,
this, man.
bar, bro. Fuck that.
I'm like $60.
It's $30.
That's 3 hours at the bar right there, man.
That's good enough for me, man. Because you got a great game for a little half price, basically.
Yeah.
I'd rather spend $30 than $60. I'd rather spend $30 on Hellblade than fucking Extinction. Because I got robbed for $60. I'm telling you.
Take off all your clothes.
God, a lot of people
Been robbed.
And watch my video on Extinction. Listen to my voice. You hear the ping.
I heard it. We heard it all right.
At the end of the video.
I heard you at the end of the stream. You was like, well, it's all right.
My son did bring up a good point, though. My son had brought up a good point, though. He said that they basically proved that, you know how people were saying when they did the DMC, that it felt good combat-wise, but it didn't feel really gothic enough or dark. It felt more punk rocky-ish or whatever, or kind of like a punk rock style. They proved that with Hellblade that they can do a dark Devil May Cry if they really wanted to.
Actually,
So
I
that,
like
you
that.
know.
Actually, I like Devil May Cry. The
So do I.
DMC? Oh, I love DMC.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Devil May Cry title.
Yeah,
The combat is amazing. They're good at combat.
I got 4, but I ain't even
the
started
combat,
4
the
yet.
story, everything. That shit was just off the chain.
To me, that was something. You know what? It felt like he was matter of fact, I felt like he was John Wick with a sword and a gun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't give 2 fucks. He over here. What he do? With the first opening scene, he go take old girl home. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't maxed her out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Matter of fact, that opening scene before that, when it was like, "You're not on the guest list." Yes, I am, and he writes, "Fuck you." It's like, I see, I'm right there.
So I'm sitting here like, you know, that's a crazy time. We only got 24 hours in a day, and all of us mostly is addicted to gaming. We addicted to games.
Yeah,
I want to go back to it. Like I go through my game catalog sometime, and I have a panic attack. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I want to do this. Like I'm so close to beating Alan
so many
Wake.
things you want to go back to.
I want to, but my thing, I'm like, okay.
I just beat that too, bro.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here like, somebody in the party gonna sit there. Let's go play some PUBG. Let's go. Somebody gonna find me when they see me online. I might have to put them. And I'm like,
you're gonna have to put "Do Not Disturb," bro. If you
Like,
put "Do Not Disturb."
Last night,
was amazing.
You gonna say Chuck don't come out? What's going on with some Matt? He did it last night. I was waiting on their match and went to sleep for an hour. Woke back up, 5 new people.
Man, I buzzed tag up twice.
I would
All right, so what thing, people? We got E-Rock X, yo, that jumped in. All right, yes, he is, people. I noticed in the minute he got up in here, he was just being quiet, letting everybody say their piece. But yo, E-Rock, introduce yourself to everybody in the panel real quick.
Hey guys, what's going on, man? It's always great to be here, and I agree with everything y'all said about Hellblade, man. When I first started playing it, I was a little bit bored with it because you know, I have been on Sea of Thieves, and Sea of Thieves opened me to a whole new world of possibilities for gameplay. Right. But the more and more I play Hellblade, I could see this is one of Ninja Theory's finest games. And first of all of y'all in the Xbox community, y'all should be given a round of applause because y'all went out and supported this game. You know what I mean? Y'all went out and supported the game, and this was the week where all the frauds was exposed. Just like you guys said earlier, all the frauds that wanted these graphically rich action games. We're gonna find out in about, I'll say, 15 days or 20 days. Whenever the NPDs come out, we're gonna find out who came out and supported Hellblade. But you guys put your money where your mouth is at, man.
You breaking up a little bit on us, E-Rock.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, they
I understood what you said.
A little bit low, but yeah, we did hear what you said though. You know what I'm saying? This you wasn't botting like he bot though. Your voice just went up.
Yeah. You guys, y'all put your money where your mouth is at, man. You know what I mean? Y'all bought that game, y'all supported it. That's what's up.
And if you want Japanese handouts, buy Yee's Origin. We stole that handout. It's dope. I love it. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that in a little bit, J Long.
And
All
it's
right, so
only
don't worry, that's gonna be the
$20,
next
people.
segment.
Yeah, but we got to get to the God of War comparison thing. You never got to that either.
The God of War comparison.
Yeah, remember what you was asking me about what do I think about my thoughts of the God of War thing?
I thought you did, man. It seemed like you wrote a novel on that.
We never got to it.
I don't know.
We never got to it.
Hey,
Go
Bob,
ahead,
you drinking?
Nah, no way. Just
Now,
a
I'm about
little
to say he
tea.
pulling 100, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I know, man. You did say it. You even
I
stopped
talked
me because
about
I had
it.
jumped on to the next subject. You was like, wait a minute, I still say my piece on this. I was like, all
On
right,
State of
my bad,
Decay
go
and
ahead.
Spider-Man. Yeah. I said that first, but I didn't talk about the God of War. I didn't enter.
We ain't get to the God of War, but let's give B-Rock an
That's right.
opportunity. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So like that, he could actually weigh in on some of the stuff that we actually discussed. We
Don
actually
King,
discussed
baby.
Spider-Man. No, yeah, the Don King of Xbox. We actually discussed Spider-Man a little bit earlier. All right, as to how similar some of the gameplay mechanics are to the previous Amazing Spider-Man games. And me personally, I didn't get into all the controversy when they was talking about Spider-Man. We knew this was coming for over 2 years. It wasn't news, all right? The only thing that was new was the date, September 7th. And yet people lost their shit. What I went is that I was like, all right, Spider-Man's coming out September 7th. Damn. I was like, I got Amazing Spider-Man 2. Let me just dust that motherfucker off and see if I finish it this time. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was kind of mediocre, but it wasn't Amazing Spider-Man 1, which was better, obviously. All right. And then after that, we discussed the comparisons between Spider-Man and State of Decay 2, which it shouldn't be the same type of comparison because State of Decay has emergent gameplay, whereas Spider-Man has, pre-scripted events. All right. There's less characters on screen than State of Decay. It's not a giant open world like State of Decay. And since you got more polys left over, well, you could add more polygons to the few characters that you have on screen versus State of Decay. And that's more or less where we're at. So what are your thoughts, E-Rock?
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, perfect.
Yep.
I mean, I really, man, this is the first time I'm speechless. I really don't have any thought, any kind of way about
know, right?
It's coming out on PlayStation. And I know that's not a hateful thing. Like for you guys on the panel that own PS4s, that's great. I mean, I want those guys to enjoy God of War. I really just don't see. This is bizarre. We knew a year ago this game was coming. I don't get why everybody's losing their mind. And I really don't have any thought about Spider-Man. Like I told, I think Ghost Rider yesterday, man. I've been playing Spider-Man since the mid '90s. Spider-Man Maximum Carnage on Genesis. So I'm not really excited about it. As far as God of War, the last God of War I played was God of War 3 back in 2010. It was good, but it wasn't as good. The demo was better. So I mean, I just don't. Somebody tweeted yesterday that if anything, PlayStation is lacking great multiplayer games. Okay, everybody somehow twisted the shit around on Xbox. That Xbox is lacking. Xbox is not lacking. Like I don't know how this narrative got changed. I don't know how. Guys, I'm. I know I put on a good front, a good act on my YouTube channel and when I'm on these podcasts with y'all, but I really am baffled because Xbox, they are the platform that did something different this entire generation. When you look at Ori and the Blind Forest, when you look at Sea of Thieves, when you look at Sunset Overdrive, when you look at it, there's nothing.
It wasn't something we seen before. Yeah.
Yeah, we never seen any. With the exception of Gears of War, Halo, and Forza, we've never seen these games. Quantum Break, we've never seen anything like Quantum Break before. Right. Sony is God of War again. And I heard this time he can't jump, so it's like it's God of War again. And then you got this tool from IGN, Ryan McCafferty, about Xbox fans are dying.
Frackery.
Wow. I'm just for the first time I'm speechless. I'm speechless at the stupidity. I'm speechless at the spinelessness of some of these guys in the Xbox community. But at least y'all speak out. But I mean, people are going to call y'all the damage controllers. Like, what are y'all damage controlling? One game, and people have lost their minds. Let me tell you something. Does anybody realize that in less than 40 days, State of Decay 2 is coming out, right?
Oh, I know that.
So we had Sea of Thieves, State of Decay is coming out, something called Black Desert, and then we're going right into E3. And I don't like to predict E3 before it happens, but I think Phil they're mighty quiet. Something's about to happen. They're mighty quiet.
Well, E-Rock, you got to remember the only old game that's going to be announced at E3 that we know about is Crackdown. Everything else is going to be new.
That's
Wow.
right.
I think Crackdown gonna be announced before that. I don't think they're gonna show.
That would be dope if they showed that inside Xbox. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. I'm with 100. I think
you won't see Crackdown no more. No, not at E3. They're gonna show you shit that we ain't saw.
That'd be even better. Hell yeah.
Like if they do it, they be like Crackdown right now. They'll do something like that. They'll show you Crackdown and say you can buy it right now. They're gonna do something like that.
Or even then to blow people's minds, it was like you wanted to see the multiplayer. Here goes the multiplayer.
And then after that, they'll be like, and guess what? It's available right now.
And people complaining about a sparse lineup last year. You guys complaining was the reason Crackdown was delayed. They went back to polish the graphics and I guess whatever. It was supposed to come out last year.
That's right.
So there you go. This is your fault.
It's all good though, man. It's all good. All right, but yeah, E-Rock, you on to something, man. It's just it boggles the mind, man. You know what I'm saying? All these zealots, all these fucking fanboys and whatnot, talking all this trash that we ain't got games yet. You pointed out games that had unique gameplay styles. All right, from Quantum Break to Sunset Overdrive. Yeah, go ahead.
No, he made me think about it. Hey, if it wasn't on Spider-Man wasn't exclusive, if it was a Teen Titan game, I bet you probably would kill.
Yeah, right.
Hell yeah!
You know, because it's a DC.
Well, we haven't really seen a good Teen Titan game in a while.
He's taking shots.
This time it's not Marvel. This Spider-Man, like only Ebot. Ebot not for anybody. Only Ebot knows how many Spider-Man games we've seen since 19. It's probably been a lot.
Yeah, like, it's a lot. It's been at least 20.
They've had games since Atari.
Yeah, since the Atari. That's 80s,
right. So
he's right.
Yeah, exactly. Spider-Man's been out for a minute.
Okay, to put it into Triple Cup's perspective, really quick.
Man, I'm messing with E-Rock, man. That's the big homie.
Yeah.
To put it into perspective, real quick, with Triple Cup, what he said about this, because of its exclusive. It's Amazing Spider-Man 1 on PS4 and PS3, I think, combined, if I'm not mistaken. It sold 800,000 copies only.
It sold 800 on each console.
Oh, was it? Each? Okay,
yeah.
Thank you for the clarification. It's still just, under, what, 1.1 million between both consoles?
Under 2 million. Let's just say under 2 million.
Right. So, that tells you a lot right there. If how all of a sudden this hype for Spider-Man, everybody's a Marvel fan. Yeah, granted, there's more awareness with the movies, but people that watch movies are usually casuals, and not all of them play games. So,
Spider-Man was always the number one merchandiser even before Marvel movies. It's the
most merchandise selling.
So this movie, Spider-Man is no more popular now.
Spider-Man is basically Marvel's Superman, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. Well, let's just be honest. Marvel, DC's Batman.
Yeah. Batman. Yeah.
It used to be Superman, but now it's Batman.
I think Black Panther's more like the Batman in popularity.
No, he's talking about the popularity.
No, as far as merchandise.
Batman is the poster boy for DC. And Spider-Man is the poster boy for Marvel.
Yeah. If you go to a small island named Pago, there's 3 characters who they know who that character is: Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Right. They know who the characters are.
Yep.
Maybe even the Hulk too. Even though they don't have a lot.
I mean,
they only know the man.
One is actually Spider-Man.
The number one bad guy will always be the Joker.
Oh yeah,
everybody knows.
It's like that's synonymous with Batman. Everybody knows Joker with Batman.
That's right.
Just Lex Luthor with Superman. With Spider-Man is going to be Green Goblin.
Yeah, Joker's super iconic. You're right. He's the most well-known villain. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Hey guys, can I ask y'all a question real quick? Then why is it that Halo is milked. Forza is milked. Gears of War is milked.
I know where you're
But
going.
God of War and Uncharted isn't. I'm just.
There's a retarded amount of God of Wars too. People
and
forget
they
that.
even had PSP titles
There's 2 on the PSP.
There's every
for God
title.
of War, and there's a Uncharted one on
And the
PSP.
remasters. And the remasters.
Every
Look at that,
title on
man.
PS4 has more games than any of the titles on Xbox.
Because it's Xbox, guys.
Ratchet and Clank alone has 14.
Oh my
games.
gosh, yo! How many games
You know
do they
the-
got? They got a
You know
shuffle, bro.
the pony told me when I mentioned how many Ratchet and Clank games there are. He said, "Oh, Sony doesn't rely on Ratchet and Clank."
Hey, you know what it is? I know. I figured
They
it
don't
out.
rely
Hey,
on it, but how many are there?
And yes,
Hey, but
and
hey,
yeah,
I
it
figured it
sold
out. No,
4
see,
million
yeah.
copies last year with that remaster, right?
Hey, y'all
All
getting
right,
the
so
question.
yeah, so they wasn't
y'all getting
counting
the
on that 4
question
million, huh?
I know y'all getting the question backwards. Y'all getting the question backwards when they saying about Xbox, the games that we have milk. They saying that Xbox not milking enough games because if you look across the board, they saying we milking 3 games and they milking 10 games. So what they saying is,
Oh, wow.
y'all not milking enough games. That's how you got to look at it. That's what they probably trying to say.
Oh
But you know,
wow!
you got to go to
Another
Pony Talk.
perspective right there.
All right, yo, guys, we got another panelist that jumped in. You know what I'm saying? I saw when he jumped in earlier, but he was just
You
being
reminded
quiet,
me
just
of
like
him.
E-Rock. You know what I'm saying? We got Sega Fab up in the house, man. Xbox all in. Yo, introduce yourself to everybody.
Yo, what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Sega.
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Talking about the state of gaming at this point. You know what I'm saying? The way
The
people are
Xbox
flipping out over
community's in a state of decay,
Spider-Man.
man.
Yeah, basically, exactly. The Xbox community is in a state of decay.
Warzone in the game.
And comparisons between Spider-Man and State of Decay, which really has no bearing. I mean, it's 2 completely different games. One is emergent gameplay. One is just scripted. You can't predict what's going to go down in State of Decay. You can predict beat for beat what's going to go down in Spider-Man. But that's neither here nor there. What are your thoughts?
Man, that is pretty bad if we're comparing those 2 games. I mean, that's kind of a stretch right there. No, I listened to 100, man. 100 said that sometimes you got to get away from this game and stuff. So I went down to the beach, hanged out with my brother, man. He's teaching my son how to surf, doing that good kind of stuff. Then I saw you guys at the podcast on.
All right.
Good life in Hawaii, right?
It's a good life. But, yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I heard a little bit of what you guys were saying about, Spider-Man and stuff like that. It's, it's like, I think it was E-Rock that said this. A lot of people, they know, look, they know Marvel now. They didn't know Marvel back when I knew Marvel, when I read comic books and stuff like that. So it's a popular thing. But for these guys to constantly promoting Spider-Man, because basically that's all they got. That's all they have is Spider-Man. If they had something else, they probably compare it the same way. But I mean, comparing those 2 games really makes absolutely no sense. But they're totally different genres.
I actually saw a video that Randall Thor 19 actually put out a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
And I actually agree with him 100% on what he said. He was like, it's the Spider-Man game. Everybody's tripping over Spider-Man. And he's like, the Xbox had an original IP in Sunset Overdrive, and y'all didn't buy it. If y'all would have bought it, Insomniac wouldn't have been doing the Spider-Man game. They would have been doing Sunset Overdrive too. Yep. And I was like, you know what? He's right on the money with that, bro. Randall Thor was right on the money with that shit. Because if the Xbox community would have rallied behind Sunset Overdrive, which was an original IP, nothing pre-existing, where these guys poured 25 years of development experience into this game. And yeah, I've seen people say, oh, it looks too cartoony. And those same people that said that are playing Fortnite Battle Royale right now. All right?
Wow.
So that's the trippy shit, the shit that trips me the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? That I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? That was too cartoony, but now you playing Fortnite Battle Royale.
So
Oh, why?
man.
Because
But
it's free?
I've heard people use this excuse too. It's like because, oh yeah, but it's not the same now since they got the 4K update, so it's more realistic. I've heard people say that crap.
Wow.
I just logged off out of the forum and just left.
No, and they just cross profit that they subscribe to. They need to quit listening to it and try to play the game themselves and give their own opinion. But listen to
actually, stop listening to these casual
That works for every
gamers
game.
out there.
Don't listen to me. If I say this game is, if I say Extinction is dog shit, that's because I played the shit, and I don't. If you want to go buy it for 60,
That's his
that's
opinion.
money. If you say that you like it, I have no problems with you. You come in my company and say, "Hey, I like it. I like the Extinction. Got good for you. I can't stand this shit right now.
Don't do it.
I can do it for $60. I can do it for 30.
I feel like I got stuck up, man.
But don't listen.
Go-
Don't let
they
nobody
robbed.
force their opinion on you. Think about it. With this panel, we don't force our opinion on nobody.
Listen, the only thing we can do is give them an honest opinion and give them an advice by saying, hey, the game is good. For me, I like this, that. Maybe you'll like it. Go check it out. But that doesn't mean guarantee that they're going to like it. So.
Yeah, here's something that's going to catch people out of left field. At the beginning of this generation, the only thing they could harp about on the Sony camp was indies, right? Oh, we got indies, we got this, we got that. Even though half of them were from the 360, let's be honest. But they had indies, right? You haven't heard that conversation in a minute now, right? No, exactly, because they can't talk about indies no more, right? Because they've seen some of the indies that Xbox has been throwing out, like Cuphead and Ori and the Blind Forest, just to name a few. And they don't know what to say about that. Now, they talk about these Japanese handouts, like the way J-Long had, quoted it and whatnot, Japanese handouts. Know what I'm saying? And then you got, people like Zaire, know what I'm saying? They'll say, no, but it is exclusive. But yet, the minute they announced the Switch, half of those exclusives went to the Switch. If they was exclusive, they wouldn't have went to the Switch, right? And exclusive is when money exchanges hands to keep it on that platform. Money ain't exchanged hands with those games. Right. And then just recently, J-Long bought Ease Origin. For people that don't know what that is or how it's spelled, it's Y-S and then Origin. All right? It's an old school game from the Super NES era. All right? And the game looked fucking phenomenal. And yes, this was also another Japanese handout on the PlayStation 4. All right? J-Long told me about it. I looked at it. I was like, wow, this shit look dope. I mean, I remember playing shit like this when I was little. And it was in HD. So I was like, wow, man. I was like, and it's only $20. But then I saw something that Xbox Live recommended to me. Some shit called Ruiner. So I clicked on that, and it had this cyberpunk feel. You know what I'm saying? Top down, shooting mechanics out the yin yang. I was like, wow, this shit looks sick, and it's cyberpunk. And it's also $20. Yeah. I was like, damn, I don't know what to get. And Ruiner, by the way, is also on the PS4. People that don't know. And I was like, okay, fuck it. I went and I decided to get Ruiner instead. But I'm going to end up getting Ease Origin as well. So basically, just to clear it up for people, a Japanese handout is that. It's something that they put on that console first. All right? Just like Hellblade. That wasn't a handout per se. They just said it's, coming out on the PS4 first. Just like the remake for Final Fantasy VII. It's appearing on the PS4 first. It doesn't say PlayStation exclusive. All right? So what are your thoughts on all this, man? Do you think I'm right on this assumption that a lot of these Japanese games are handouts?
Of course, like I heard someone yesterday, Zaire. He said Neo was a second party deal that Sony did to carry their fans over. He probably doesn't know because Sony 4 months before the game came out. 4 months before the game came out, they're like, "Oh, we're publishing it in the West." But the native version in Japan is still published by Tecmo, and the game actually came to PC, which contradicts Sony's business model.
The exclusivity.
And remember, this game was announced as an exclusive before Sony even announced they were publishing it. So it was a handout even before. So exactly what you said. These are basically just third-party games that are not on Xbox One. They're not deals that Sony cut. So I don't really credit Sony with these. I credit.
As a matter of fact, if Tecmo Koei ever decided to bring Neo over, they could.
They could, yeah.
They wouldn't be under breach of contract. No pay, nothing was signed. No money exchanged hands. Know what I'm saying? Same thing with Neo Automata. Same shit. Same boat. Yep. Know what I'm saying? It just came out on PlayStation and PC, by the way. All right? And money didn't exchange hands. All right? Because they think there's more of a Japanese market audience on the PlayStation 4. Or they did at that time. But so far this year, that's actually contradicts everything they thought last year. Because now Ease Origin came out. Sword Art Online came out. Monster Hunter World, and among others. You know what I'm saying? All these Japanese games now are also coming out on the Xbox platform. Why? Because they know there's money to be made.
No, but Sony doesn't have to because they found
My Hero Academia.
Dude, that shit just blew my mind. My Hero. I actually freaking tweeted Bloody Knuckles because he's big on anime, and I was like, "Yo, Bloody, is this the shit from My Hero Academia?" Because it was called My Hero One's Future, and then he's like, "Yep, that's exactly it." I was like, "Wow, never in a million years would I have. I would have thought we would have seen something like this on the Xbox."
But it's a brawler, right?
Yeah, it's like Naruto.
Yeah, it seems like a brawler. Actually, it looks pretty cool though, man. I can't front. You know what I'm saying? But it's a trip, yo. I want to hear from everybody on the panel, man. What are your thoughts on all this stuff as far as like these exclusives that Sony seems to have, all these exclusive games, man? You think it's all bullshit?
It's all bullshit because once again, a lot of those games that they have, those exclusives, they're nothing to write home about. Maybe 2 or 3 big games. Once again, a lot of somebody can put our exclusives the last 7 years up against theirs, and it's neck and neck. One thing.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out, E-Rock.
Can you hear me? Am I cutting in and out now?
It's like you're breaking up a little bit, man.
Okay, let's try it again. Testing, 1, 2, testing. You guys hear me?
Yeah, kind of.
You're still like kind of low.
Yeah, like static.
Yeah,
Turn my volume.
Start staticky.
Now can y'all hear me?
Okay. I'm gonna try that one. Yeah, I'm gonna try mine.
Yeah, just try saying it and see if we could decipher what you say.
Yeah, we put you on the new Xbox console. They after you now. See, you know what I'm saying?
Or if not,
Got the
E-Rock,
goons
try
at you.
this. Just jump out real quick and then jump back in.
Yeah.
See if that fixes it.
Sometimes Google Hangout.
Because it could be the Hangout itself.
Yeah, because it'd be bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yo, Ghost Rider, man. So, what do you think, man? You know, is it fair to say what I'm talking about, that a lot of these Japanese games, since money has not exchanged hands, could actually show up on the Xbox One?
Yeah, it could. Look at the games that just came. Look, we got Hellblade right now. We got Crash on the way. We got No Man's Ass.
They're about Spyro right out the gate. It's like, no, that's coming to Xbox One.
Like, never know with Sony, man. They always keep things on the hush hush. But when Microsoft, they got to say everything out front. Yo, timed exclusive. You know what I mean? Like, they got to do
Yeah. They at least inform us what type of exclusivity it is. Yeah.
So if Microsoft was to do what Sony did, forget about it. We'll have exclusives to throw in their face for like a year. Think about it.
Man, I remember, man, when Hellblade dropped, my cousin's like, man, Hellblade's amazing, bro. Did you get it? I'm like, nah, I'm gonna wait for the Xbox version. He's like, oh, it's not coming. I'm like, yeah, it is, and so is Crash. Here we are a year later. And exactly what I said.
And yo, Jay, the sad thing is, those are the games that they was teasing us with last year.
Yeah, they were.
Yo, we got Hellblade, man. You seen that Crash? Backwards compatibility's trash, guys, but they was hyped up for Crash Bandicoot, a remaster. Isn't that game an old-ass game? I don't understand that. And another thing, they talking about, let's be real here. You talking about exclusives? We got way more exclusives because we got backwards compatibility. Those games are exclusive because it ain't on PlayStation.
Thank you.
The fuck, man? That's what makes me laugh. Like, what the hell?
Hey, go. It's a lot of exclusives on Xbox, but we don't put them in our list. Like I say, we got
exactly.
That's an Xbox exclusive. We got you know what I'm saying? They're not maybe the best of the games. We got exclusives.
The thing is that the Xbox tends to have more Western developed games.
Yeah.
Whereas Sony tends to have more Japanese games.
Like what Microsoft been doing lately. Microsoft been going after what? The indie developer, right? You got idea of Xbox, right? Like, hey, come over here, do this and that. You know, you see what our fans do. You know what I'm saying? They'll go buy certain games. You know what I'm saying? And we buy idea Xbox games. They see what's selling. I didn't heard so many. When I watch so many developers saying stuff like, "Man, this is, you know, it's cool over here at Xbox." People,
Hunter, this for you, man. Can you see me?
That's
what I think of Spider-Man.
Got that Rusty Destroyer right there. That's that Rusty Destroyer.
He throwing back.
Throwing down. That's what I'm talking about. My boy.
Hang on. Here we go.
My bad. Cheers, man.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. See,
That's what's up.
Yeah, but no, but people got to understand that, man, Xbox has exclusives. We're not, as a fan base, going to throw them type of titles at you.
I love Call of Duty, right? Now, my cousin be like, yeah, we got the DLC, but can he say he got all the Modern Warfares, the lineup? We got the fucking lineup of Modern Warfare. Like, that's why I laugh. Like, we got Black Ops 1, I think Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare. Basically, we got a whole lineup of them. They got one with the DLC. Like, yay, we got the game too. It's like a third-party game, but can you play the backwards compatibility ones? The ones that the real people like? Ground, foot on ground and shit like that? They can't say that.
Boots on the ground. Yep,
boots on the ground, bro. They can't say that. Those are exclusives because we got it. But we don't throw that at them. They say backwards compatibility ain't good. What are you talking about? I want a console that I could play everything, back catalog everything, man. It's a waste of money when you buy something and a new console come out and you cannot play your old games. So that goes in the closet.
You go and you put that shit in the closet. It collects dust.
And then you got to collect a whole new collection. Nah, when Microsoft, I hope they keep that for the next console coming out. Keep that backwards compatibility rolling.
Hey, go.
Yo, as a matter of fact, it made me laugh. T. Reaper did a comment on Twitter that he's like, "Oh yeah, the PS4 I dust it off every time an exclusive comes out, which is not too many."
Yeah, but can you play all the Star Wars now? A bunch of Star Wars games that's coming back.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's coming soon.
Actually,
they didn't even add Episode 3, which is awesome.
I think one of the ones we have is on there, but you have to pay what, $15 for it?
Yes.
For what?
You can't just pop in the. I think it was Starfighter.
Starfighter.
Yeah, Starfighter.
No, what's called is backwards compatible already. What do you call that?
Well, yeah, KOTOR.
No,
Knights of the Old Republic.
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed is already on because I got it because I bought that digital.
1 and 2.
That's a 4K.
That right now.
1 and 2. Yeah, both of them.
Part 1's a 4K.
I love them, and I love them, man. You know what? Fuck you, Disney. Fuck up my game. I love that game, man.
They got Super Star Wars.
I gotta say thanks to Disney as well because those Star Wars games was published by Activision back in the day.
Yeah,
and they had to go through Disney. But then again, if you think about it, Microsoft has 2 exclusive Disney titles, do they not? On the Xbox One.
But you know what the narrative is, right? Oh, those are old games. The fuck out of here, man. Go play with DualShock 4 on your ass.
Hang on,
how's it old for you if you never played OG Xbox games?
Exactly. That's something new for me. Whenever I want to play OG Xbox,
I never got man. It was so many games out. It was so many games that came out. What Triple Cup say? It might be old to you. It's new to me.
That's right.
I want to play this shit. I may want to play it. You know what? I didn't have to go pay full price for it. I'm paying a reasonable price.
Conquer is gonna have better graphics than NAC, bro.
Oh,
mark my words. Okay.
That shit still out.
As a matter of fact, my cousin was tripping out today when he came to my crib. And we was playing Marlow Briggs. After Marlow Briggs, I decided to put on a Twisted Pixel game. I put on Comic Jumper. I already finished it. You know what I'm saying? But I put it from the beginning. He was tripping at how tripped out the game was. He's like, yo, this shit is dope. I was like, yeah, man, but a lot of people don't know about this game. You know what I'm saying? And it's exclusive. Right? But yet people don't know about these games. And the only way I found out is because it was backwards compatible. If it wouldn't have been backwards compatible, I would have missed out on this amazing game.
That's right.
I played the shit out that shit. That shit is funny.
Yeah, it's funny and it's dope, man. It's like there's some next level shit, yo. And going through it a second time was even better than the first time. Because now I got a souped up character going through the whole fucking campaign.
But you know what? I think that was an Xbox arcade game. So them games didn't go to like GameStop or nothing. So that was all digitally downloaded. Microsoft got to digitally download things. That's why I was tripping. Okay, that's why I was tripping when Microsoft let Twisted Pixel go. And they, why you let him go? You didn't go support the fucking game, dumbass.
All their games didn't sell, all of them. Except for Explosion Man, I think. I missed Explosion Man.
But what? That was like what, $5-10 titles?
Yes. And
it was like $10-15 titles and shit. And they made some of the best games last generation, which was retarded, bro.
Yeah.
Even for Kinect, they made one of the best Kinect titles ever, yo, the Gunspringer.
That's right.
But they don't. Listen, when you try to tell people that you guys don't got no games, If I ain't got no games, you ain't got no moms that are gonna fuck tonight. Cause I'm gonna do it long dick style. Cause I'm bald head.
You puerco.
Yeah.
You know why they hate backwards compatibility? Because they don't have it.
Oh, of course. That's why we know it.
Just like they hated TV, man. Remember?
That was a defense mechanism off the
when the
PS3.
Xbox came out, oh man, it's a TV thing. That's not a video game machine. You know what I mean? But now when they got TV, it was the best thing ever. Like I'm
Nobody
like, yo,
bought it.
Everybody copied Microsoft had it for this console and the, you know what I mean, in your living room center. Like basically, it's the center of everything. Basically, it had voice commands, everything, bro. But they got hated on. Damn, yo, you know what?
Yeah, but I would say the only place that they fucked up on, they shouldn't. They should have gave people the choice of whether they wanted to buy a Kinect or not. You know what I'm saying? I blame Don Matrix for that, though. You know what I'm saying? By the way,
Kinect.
Yeah, they should have gave people the choice. I would have bought a Kinect out the gate, regardless. That's just me.
Kinect was trash, but 8 years later, Alexa shows up. The white folks love it. Go figure.
Yeah. Same control scheme, everything. You know what I'm saying? So
people hated it because it wasn't a Sony thing. If it would have been a Sony thing, it would have been fine. So I don't, regardless. And it only made sense because it was one of the most successful peripherals of all time, if not the most. 23 million.
That's why I think they put it in there.
That's right. We're not going to try to do it.
I know, but they should have at least gave the consumer the freedom of choice. That's the only thing that I'll bang on for that.
Yeah, but I think it came with the build because of the way the console was built.
And the sad thing is, they gave it to us and it was running 1080p while theirs was running 720p. Ain't that a shame, though? Yeah,
what y'all talking about?
They're talking about the Kinect.
The Kinect being in the Xbox.
I used to like it when I'd be like, yo, Xbox on, you know what I mean? And the shit come on, yo, Xbox this. I love that. But then
my son finna bring my shit back. I'm finna put an APB out on him. I need my shit back. I feel lost on my fucking Kinect. I ain't gonna lie, I feel lost.
Is that you down to talk to Cortana?
Yeah, I can talk to her, but I don't like talking through the headset. But you know, people don't understand. I used to be on Xbox Live in a party and nobody knew I was on headset or not because I calibrated it right. People didn't take time to calibrate. That thing did more things. That camera is one of the best.
Yeah, with blocked out sounds in the background and everything, and it would listen to your voice.
Man, like I said, that's why you ain't never saw me do a video with the green screen because I ain't got the Kinect. My son jacked me for it; he ain't using it. So when you bring his ass back here this summer, in a couple of months, I need my Kinect back. You can keep my money, but you say you're gonna pay me back, but I just need my Kinect back. But Kinect is innovative.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is.
Compare that to that fucking PlayStation camera. My motherfucking
you can't.
My motherfucking cell phone camera got more pixels in that motherfucker than they do. My fucking cell phone do HDR.
Yeah.
HDR plus. Get the fuck out of here. But when you mention that, no, I forgot what's that D4. I played that shit with the Kinect. Yeah, it was kind of a little frustrating, but I liked to play it because I got to sit down and play it. I wish it was more games I can just sit down and just play. And I
Blue State is good as hell with the Kinect.
Yeah.
I know, and the trippy thing about Blue Estate, that's on PlayStation 4 as well.
Yeah.
And both games, you could play it with a controller. I was playing it with a controller in my crib. You know what I'm saying? With my cousin and whatnot, the one that has the PS4. And I was like, damn, this kind of plays like trash. And then I remembered, I was like, wait a minute, I think I seen Crap Gaming play this shit using the Kinect. This is a Kinect title. He was like, word? He's like, yo, use the Kinect. Because he wanted to see if it was, really good. Dude, that shit was so much fun with the Kinect, man. Me and him was just tripping. He was like, yo, this shit plays amazing with the Kinect, man. But without it, the game is mediocre.
Hang on. Check this out. Collider, can I preach right now? Can I go to the holy Xbox church on Sunday? Yep. What did Nintendo had, right? They had that Wii Sports, right? Mm-hmm. We loved it. You know what I'm saying? We got a Wii just to play Wii Sports, right?
Yeah.
When Microsoft came out with their version, no controller in their hand. Oh, Lord have mercy. My dad, rest in peace, didn't play no video games like that. Him and my son will sit there and bowl for 8 hours a night.
Right.
And it picked up your movement. My son got so good at that shit. He said, "Pops, I'm gonna hit you with the left hand." And I'm like, "You ain't gonna do this to me." You know what I'm saying? You can't do me like this. But we bowl. We actually had family night. You know, like most people go sit at the dinner table and eat dinner together. We don't do that shit in my house. You know what I'm saying? Our dinner table was on that Xbox. And when that came out, that shit was, I mean, I'm talking about mom, everybody. Neighbors come over, getting food bar. Because what? You didn't have that tracking motion picked up real good. Why do you think they using this in medicine and stuff now?
Yeah.
They use Kinect and all type of stuff. Yeah. So they using it in all type of things. But no one wants to give Microsoft so much heat. They don't take no chances. They took a chance with the Kinect. Now, if you didn't like it, because I had to spend an extra $100, if you was gonna like it anyway, I wouldn't have took it out. See, thinking about between me and Killer Phil, I wouldn't have took it out. I would have gave you an option. You can have it or not. Remember when 360 came out? You had one without a hard drive.
In order for you to use it on the PS4 to Twitch,
exactly. You have one bundle with the console.
Yeah. So I would have had remember that we had the what? When we got the 360, you had the 360 with no hard drive. Then you had the 360 with a hard drive, and then you could have got one with a Kinect.
Yeah, so, I think it had 4 gigabytes that hard drive. It was like the 360 Pro. Look at that. Sony even stole the name from fucking Xbox from last generation, the 360 Pro. Oh, damn. It just dawned on me, man. And they have 4 gigabyte hard drive.
Yeah, but the thing about it is when Microsoft gave you the arcade version, because I remember my Xbox went out, and I wanted to play it. I was hurt at the time. I went and bought an Xbox arcade. That came with some games already installed.
Yeah.
And then with Microsoft too, when you get the red ring, they say you take your hard drive out. I was cool. I said, I got a backup. I got a backup when it come back. I got a backup one.
Yeah, that was the core edition. Edition.
Mm-hmm.
But it came with some games that already was built in that little ass hard drive. You know what I'm saying? People don't give Microsoft credit for this fucking video game shit. They are innovative. They're trying to push the motherfucking medium.
Yeah. I can't argue. My daughter was mad addicted back then in the Kinect era and shit. Every time she came home from high school, she was playing Dance Central. My sisters would come downstairs. They was playing Dance Central. Yeah. I had like my daughter's best friend at the time, which is her husband now. He would be like, "Damn, you got abs out the yin yang. What the hell you be doing?" She's like, "I just be playing Dance Central." You know what I'm saying? That's all she did. Yo, she had abs in like less than freaking a week, bro. All right, after like 5 days, I was like, "Damn, man, look at you." And she's like, "Oh, that's the Kinect. That's the Kinect." I was like, "I know, man." It's like they make you get up off your ass.
The fit program thing that worked, and it actually was a good little game that you could exercise with.
Yeah, but dude, you ain't even need that, man. Just get a copy of Dance Central. Your ass will have fucking 20-minute abs and shit in a week. That shit is there.
Yes, you sweat quick.
Yeah, man. Then my cousins and nieces used to come by, and they would call my daughter. That yo, Krista, come over here. Let's go play Kinect. It's like they over here playing Kinect Sports, trying to top the holes and shit because they underwater. It's like, yo, wait a minute, jump top the holes. Like, yo, the shit was a blast, man. The Kinect was on some other level. Know what I'm saying? And people don't give it the credit that it deserves, which is a shame.
No.
All right. Anybody else can go though. That was my piece.
people don't give Microsoft the credit they deserve. I mean,
yeah,
this shit's ridiculous, man. I mean, do you guys realize? Like, I mean, has Sony done anything to push the envelope this generation?
I asked that.
Anything new? Anything new?
Yeah, they did.
They run into casual.
They pushed the envelope on walking simulators. Now we got things like Until Dawn.
I'll give them share play. Yo,
but you don't think they pushed the envelope on walking simulators? Until Dawn, man. That's like the king of them all. Matter of fact, Detroit might actually take the crown now.
Oh yeah, that's the king, bro. Well, that's the studio that's like the king of it, you know.
Detroit. Y'all better buy Detroit. I'm clowning.
They started that with Indigo Prophecy on the OG and then went to PS2.
Yeah. But we know how they talked about the game. I'm with 100 on this, Ebot. They better go buy it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't buy it. I'm clowning. Just like the Xbox community, I'm disappointed in them not going buying Hellblade. Yeah, y'all full of shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm saying? I said I was gonna call y'all asses out. I called y'all asses out this week. You want a mature game, that motherfucker mature. It might make you crazy though, but it's mature.
I don't think it'll make you
Oh
crazy,
yeah.
but it is a dope game though. It is a really dope game, and you
I don't
can't
know. I was
argue for
watching Ghost
60
Rider,
for
bro.
$30. You cannot argue. All
Yeah, yeah.
right,
No, it's
if they would have
Ghost
sold
Rider
the
said
order
they were looking at getting it
1886
for
at $30, I don't know if they would have bought it, but you know what I'm saying, it would have been a decent price.
Would have been perfectly priced. Yeah.
But Collider, it wasn't 30. It was 26. I bought the shit for
Yeah,
$26.99.
right.
They gave you a motherfucking discount. You ain't come on. Go check your
IGN gave this a 9. I think Quantum would have been a 10 if it was 30.
man.
Quantum Break, no, but Quantum Break had a lot of story in it, man.
That you
And
couldn't
the
see no
gameplay was, man, I've never seen
Official.
gameplay like that in no game.
Right. That's just
In no
like
game.
Brian's dumb shit.
Triple Cup actually freaking stated it one time in the Heroic Vibrations podcast. He was like, dude, they could take that engine and make the Flash.
Oh,
And I
that'd
was
be
like,
amazing.
fuck yeah. Hell
That'd be
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
crazy.
That shit is amazing. Think about it. Remember when we first saw it, right? We saw it in action. What they were saying?
Mhm.
That's bullshit. Well, you walk in and he's pushing the glass away like in
yeah,
real
yeah,
time.
yeah, like that's
That
not real.
shit is in the damn game. Only reason that game didn't sell because it didn't have no motherfucking co-op and it had no multiplayer. That showed Microsoft at the time. My
That people
consumers
don't
not
want
interested in
single player games.
Thank
They
you.
want single player with multiplayer.
They
That's
were
why
just more
Halo.
worried at that
That's why
time about
Halo and what you call
resolution
it,
too. I
six.
remember that.
Man, that shit, man. I put this way from this day. That motherfucker looks beautiful. Man, I walk
It
around
does.
that shit. I felt like I was immersed in that school. If y'all ain't played that shit, go play it. When you first get in, right, and you see the little shit from a certain video game, you know what I'm saying? And you see it, and then you go walk, and then the shit start happening to you. Like you felt like, wow, man, like it's that game got you immersed into the game. Like it held your hand to a certain extent. It gave you them powers, and it said, you know what? You chain them up.
That's the power.
Yep.
You can go in there gun blazing, or you can go in there, motherfucker, start ripping all them motherfucking back, start punching people. The punching the punching effects. When you see the person, you know what I'm saying? What game that you got? Do that. Zero. Not that I know of. That you in control of what you're doing.
Yep. Well, not only that, remember when you go
Dude,
to
I would go in God mode sometimes 100. I would just walk up in front of everybody, throw that shield up, look at them, load up my fucking semi-automatic rifle and shit, throw a bubble in their face, lace that bubble with like fucking 50 rounds and shit, then duck behind the corner and watch the motherfuckers fly backwards and shit.
What can you do that at? No game did. Think about it. You know what? They didn't. That shit. That game to that art. That's straight up art. Cause I ain't saw nothing like that. But everybody sit there from the IGNs to the polygons to the motherfuckers that don't even. I don't know if they don't even know their website called Push Square. No, it's nothing like that in the game. You do that. You walk. You remember with the boat.
Remember the level when you're actually walking. The whole level is going through time to the different time zones, going all the way back from I think it was the 70s where it took place, all the way to modern day. While you were actually fighting in the background, it was completely morphing in real time. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. That's some next gen tech that was right
That
there.
shit was
People
crazy.
say Sea of Thieves was doing next gen shit. That shit was doing shit that was next gen that no game had ever accomplished before. They was doing it all, like you said, in real time.
Yeah.
Wasn't cutscenes.
And then think about the movie element. That's why I couldn't be 30. That movie element, I put that shit on sci-fi material. If y'all don't know the sci-fi channel, don't know what this is in the UK or whatever it is. That shit mirrored that more than anything. Like it was great quality. It wasn't. That was great acting shit. Like when you ended, you saw that character and they blended right on in. Makes you wanted to watch it. Like okay.
It didn't deal with the same characters that were in the game. All right, it dealt with other characters that were in the game, but that were the villains, because it was from the villains' perspective, the episodes, which is a trip.
For 720p, right there. 720p. Cheers.
Damn.
Oh damn, you drink that nasty shit? I can't
He
fuck
said
with you on that Jaeger. Yeah, you drink Jaeger. That shit don't keep you up.
Yo, that Jägermeister, man. If you're in the military, we know about Jägermeister in the military.
That's from the Navy days.
I can't drink. No, I drunk that shit with Rockstar. Real story. I drunk that shit with Rockstar. I swear to God, I watched all 6 Star Wars movies in one night.
Wow.
I couldn't go to sleep.
That's
and
hard.
I wasn't even drunk. I said, I ain't drinking this shit no more. I gave that shit away to the homie. He said, how long has it been in your drawer? 2 years. I said, that shit's potent.
Yo, let's talk about the Xbox Insider that happened this past week, man. It's like they showed a whole bunch of things. All right, you know that sweater, right? That sweater said Halo 5. I mean, not Halo 5. Look at me, Halo 5. I want Halo 6, really, but fucking Gears of War 5. All right, everybody kept talking about that in the comments. They kept bringing up fucking Mech Assault up in the comments, but then they showed the backwards compatibility titles for the OG Xbox titles. And they're obviously Tim Dog, shout outs to Tim Dog, had said that the list is even bigger. All right, so I mean, I'm excited from what I saw. All right, I'm excited, but I want to hear from the people on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Let's go with E-Rock, all right? Because E-Rock was saying something earlier. You could actually finish what you was going to say earlier, E-Rock, and then jump on this.
Oh no, man! I'm excited about what I saw. I mean, you know, only Kaleidoscope noticed that little teaser for what was it? Gears of War? You said Gears of War 5?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the backwards compatibility. I'm excited about that. How can you not be? We've already seen Solid Rev playing Red Dead Redemption in 4K, and it looks phenomenal. It looks incredible. I mean, I'm excited about. This is all happening before E3, so it's little reveals like that you know, despite all of these naysayers and all of this negativity going on, I mean, I'm happy with the console, man. I think Inside Xbox is something great that's happening every month to keep us excited, to keep us in the know. That's your roadmap. If you need a roadmap, that's your roadmap, you know? And they're not going to announce nothing 10 months out, 20 months out. But, I mean, little teasers here and there like that, I'm excited, man. I'm excited, and I can't wait to E3.
I feel you, man. Yo, Hebot, thoughts?
On the show itself or just the backwards? Well, the show, I think.
Yo, can y'all see this?
Let me see. It looks kind of messed up. It looks 720p. It looks 720p. Right?
Gun Valkyrie, the soundtrack, right? That's the soundtrack, right?
What you drinking?
Ah, Gun Valkyrie. What soundtrack is that?
The original soundtrack, the musical score for the actual game.
I'm trying to zoom you in.
And of course, this is Gun Valkyrie. Yo, Phil, if you watching this, we need this. We need this, bro. We need this.
Yeah, I got mine too. That's a dope ass game. That's like the first time. That's it's almost like Starship Troopers or Sega's take on Starship Troopers. Almost.
And the thing is, though, that it was a hardcore game. If you think about it, Gun Valkyrie. I've seen a lot of other people play it. They would get bodied quick as hell.
Yeah,
because they didn't know how to stay up in the air.
No, that's the whole trick of it too, is staying in the air. Hello?
It was crazy. It was crazy. But your thoughts on the backwards compatible titles that they showed for the OG ones. Was there one that really stood out for you, Hebot? That made you all giddy, that turned you into a 5-year-old?
Well, it was a bunch of them because, you know, I had a lot of favorites in there that now I can go back and stream and be like, fuck you, you Sony bitches. Can't play your old shit. You see what I'm saying? The one that I was really happy for, because y'all might not believe me, but I never got to finish it on OG, was the Conquer game. So now I can actually finish it on the OG Xbox through the Xbox One, obviously. backwards compat. Republic Commando, never finished it. Now I can play that. Hunter the Reckoning, I destroyed that one and Redeemer, so I'm pretty sure Redeemer will come out. I love those.
I
White
know.
Wolf,
I mean,
White
I
Wolf novels,
literally rate both of them.
dope. Yeah, the White Wolf novels, those games are dope. The second one is even better than the first one, and it's
oh hell yeah, Redeemer.
Mm-hmm. And I have obviously Panzer Dragon Orta. That's for me is.
That's day one Tuesday for me. I'm
buying
it.
They went for a lot of people behind it.
Day one. I mean, I might gotta sell. I might sell a kidney or some shit or something. Damn, some one of my motherfucking drinking livers or some shit that I got. I'm getting that motherfucker that day. Man, and it was come out on Tuesday. Hope it come out on Monday night.
That's an expensive one too. You don't come by it. It's a very expensive game on OG.
Man, they better let
it's like $15 on OG. Last time I bought it for 15.
Last time you checked, J-Law, what the hits backwards compatibility, expect those prices to skyrocket.
Yeah.
They do that. Yep. And then they have Breakdown, another dope game from Namco I never got to finish.
I never got to play that one.
It's a beat 'em up.
Just check right now. Yeah, you're right. It's like 20 right now. 20 or 30.
Yeah, it's starting to go up, man. Once it launches on Tuesday, that shit gonna skyrocket, bro.
You'll see Tuesday.
I see some versions 60. Wow.
Yeah. I told you it gets pricey. Then also Destroy All Humans is a very good one. Obviously, Jade Empire, Republic Commando, never finished Jade Empire. The Star Wars ones, the Battlefront 1, Battlefront 2, never really got into them, so now I can try them out if I want to. There's a lot of stuff there, man. A lot for a lot of people. And the fact that they're updated in 4K. What? We went and tried out that Sonic Generations. That shit looks official. It looks almost as good. The new one, right? Yeah, it was. I was about to say it almost looks just as good, if not maybe even better than Origins. I mean, that might be pushing it, but it looks good.
I bought that shit on fucking PS3 last gen. That's why I messed up.
Yeah, that shit looks awesome, Jay. It looks incredible. Because they
want to know what you just reminded me of, though, talking about this backwards compatibility games or backwards compatible games.
Right.
Demon Souls, right, was a PSP exclusive. Then they moved on to Dark Souls, right? And Dark Souls is the rage. We've got things like Bloodborne, which is a riff on that. Same developer, though, From Software. And now you got that new game by Namco Bandai, Code Vein, which is the same formula. But I remember playing a game on the OG Xbox that had that same feel. It was called Enclave.
Yep, Enclave.
I don't know.
Yep, I have
Enclave. Dude, you died. You know, they sent you back to the beginning. All right? But that shit was dope. Yo, I fucking destroyed that game, bro.
I love that game.
All right, the way you could block with the shield and everything and the crossbow and all that, I was like, wow, this is awesome shit. I would like for them to bring that out in the future, because I would like to see Enclave again. Because I poured so many hours into that title, it was ridiculous.
I still have it. Remember, I gotta show it because everybody says I'm a fraud, so that's my new MO. Every time I say I have something,
I could pull it out right now, just like the way I show Valkyrie and shit. I could go get Panzer Dragoon Order, Conquer, all them shits.
They can call me a fraud or they won't. Yeah, I won't fraud their moms. So I'm saying, you gotta fuck alone. I don't give a fuck what they call me.
All of them fraud shit don't gain. I mean that's been proven now.
Yeah.
Well, you catch my thing about it. I barely. If I do go offline because I'm doing an update, I'm online. So you don't call no frauds. I can see everybody that I know who does what. We play games over here. They name.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna see me right now because I'm on the PS4 beating Hellblade again. But that's besides it. So yeah. So the show was good. I think it was effective. They brought out. It was a lot more quicker paced. They went straight to the point. They didn't try to.
I like that they brought out Michael Ironside, bro.
Oh, that was epic. The Michael Ironside shit, that was epic.
You see, he was holding back.
Yeah, he was trying to hint. Yeah,
he was trying to hint like I'm back.
But he did hint that there's something in the works. He just can't really.
I can't say it.
Yeah, that was dope. I like it.
He got fat though.
Yeah, man.
He did.
He had a lot of steaks.
He's still a legend, man.
I ain't gonna lie. He was like,
That's probably a lot of beer too, maybe. Those guys drank a lot back then.
I love the insight though as to creating the character for Splinter Cell back then.
Story, the
You know what
way
I'm
he
saying?
said
That he was like, "Yo, we got to
What
give
do you
him a
know about
backstory."
Yeah, like he originally, when they were doing it, he said they had no backstory. He said, well, why don't we give him a backstory? He helped them write the backstory for the game. And that actually made the game take longer. Like they pushed it back because they decided to write an actual official origin for him, you know, which is cool. We never knew about that. And we found out. And it wasn't long-winded. It was right to the point, but really, really fun the way they did that.
Tell me that shit don't look dope, man.
Redeemer. That's right. Oh my God, Redeemer is the shit. The level up system in the guns and weapons in that game is.
Hell yeah, dude! That was on some next level shit.
Forever's already beat. Forever's on another chat on another. Look.
Somebody said beer.
Heavy.
Somebody said beer.
he got the wife beater on. He's already in cloud 9. Look.
That's right. That's holy beer, man. This is made by monks, so it's ordained.
Oh, this is the what people want. This is the what people want.
We gonna have to talk offline. We gonna have to find out. I need some monk beer. I ain't never had no shit like that.
Look at this. I even bought the exclusive, the limited edition Jade Empire.
Oh, nice. The red one.
Yo, this one they need to bring back out too.
Oh, Buffy. Yep, that shit is dope. That's the guys. For people that don't know, that's the guys who did Killer Instincts for this generation.
Yeah.
That was fucking, what was it called? Originally?
They were called the Collective.
The Collective. Right. They were called the Collective.
We got Husseini in here. He said we got the podcast full of drunks. I probably
nice.
Hey,
glad you're a fan.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I drink to that right now. I'm drinking right now in a purple cup. I don't know my webcam at because I had the people over here. I think I hid everything from everybody. You know, I didn't know everybody over here. They was some East Side Compton people. You know, they like to steal. You got to hide your shit.
Hey guys.
Boom.
I'm about to head out because I got like 4 hours
hit that.
Work. Hell yeah. Gotta get up at 4.
Guys, anybody want to bring anything else to the table? Well, Ghost, let people know where they can reach you at before you bounce.
Y'all can catch me on YouTube as Ghost Rider 730. I've been streaming on Twitch, Ghost Rider 730 on that. Y'all can catch my I'm putting up a video right now of Hellblade Part 2 walkthrough.
Too low.
Tomorrow I'll do Part 3. I'm doing my little walkthroughs like that, guys, and you can catch me on Intro Media. And this is the best podcast out. DirectX minus the fraud. You already know.
Can you see?
Didn't you do one yesterday, bro?
Can you see?
Oh no, that podcast was just me hanging out. I was just hanging out.
No, I know, but still, you did one yesterday on your channel, right? How long did that shit run?
Up to an hour.
Oh, nice, bro. I see it.
We had like 4 hours.
Hey, Ghost, look, this is the game he was talking about right here.
Oh, okay.
Which one? Enclave. Yeah, I was trying to look for it, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I have it. I know exactly what you're talking about. We don't fuck around. We know what the fuck we talking about.
That shit was the shit, yo. This is before Dark Souls was even a thing, bro.
Yeah, it has
like honest, man. Before I go, man, a lot of dudes don't be showing this shit. Like that.
True that. Matter of fact, that podcast yesterday was you, J Long, and who else?
And everybody.
T Reaper T Reaper got in there, man. I jumped on and I'm like, yo, T Reaper was getting bombarded with a lot of Twitter feeds hating on him. He was going at it on there.
Oh wow, why?
Yeah, yo, it's crazy.
He's racist.
He's racist.
I don't know what's going on. But I know he's
oh wow, people be tripping, yo. They be tripping over dumb shit, yo. Seriously.
Yeah.
Hey, Ghost, man.
All right, so Ghost, man. Thanks for dropping by, though, man.
Yo, definitely, man. I'm gonna be listening to the podcast definitely tomorrow as I work. Shit, hell yeah!
Good shit,
I can't wait to get home to play that Hellblade and put another walkthrough. Part 3 coming up tomorrow. I'm doing that every day until I finish it. That's how I'm doing it.
Yeah, dude, that's a good walkthrough, bro.
That's how I'm gonna do it every game from now on. Down playing to beat. I want anybody out there in the comment section too. Let me know what game they want me to beat. I'll beat it. I just want to put it on my
Oh
channel.
yeah, exactly. So you can stream it and let them know when you be streaming. So like that, they
Yeah.
know when to tune in.
Oh,
Because
like
hell, I don't even know when to tune in unless you send me
7 to 8.
a message.
7 to 8 o'clock for me. I'm streaming that Hellblade because the puzzling be having me stuck. So don't get that. You know, I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, if you stream it, remember, hey, Ghost, real quick, shameless plug. Remember, if you stream it, I can take control of your controller and help you out.
He playing no. He go on Twitch.
Yeah,
he on Twitch. He's not on Mixer.
I retired from it. I'm a Mixer.
Yeah, go on Mixer, Cole.
Yeah.
It's way better.
Because you can give your controller to somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta learn how to
take
set
control
it
of the
up.
game
But he
for
can't-
you.
Set it up for YouTube first, man.
But he can't do it yet. It's not
I
for
gotta set it up
everybody.
right?
You're in a preview.
Oh, that's
program.
right.
Just
Only the
stick to
preview
Twitch
program.
Yeah, it's
has
only
to do
Alpha
it.
got it right now. I got it, but I'm gonna give it away tonight though to somebody. We'll see if they can play.
Well, definitely, I'm gonna check that out. God bless you.
Damn, somebody in
Take it
Africa.
easy.
What's going on?
Oh, that's my bad, man. That's me, man.
Oh, like damn.
Stay forever's on fire.
Yo. E-Rock, is there anything you want to bring to the table?
Oh no, man! Just great to talk to you guys again, man. And I'm glad my Xbox brothers are not being swayed by all the bullshit and not wavering. And I'm glad that y'all Xbox strong.
Well, thanks a lot for that, man. Really do appreciate that. But just that we game here, bro. We actually play games and whatnot. We're not.
I know you game, man. I seen your progress on Sea of Thieves. God damn. You must.
Oh, thanks for bringing that up, man. We had a crazy ass experience.
Oh, that's right, J-Log. Yeah, tell them the story. Yeah.
Well, our captain, who is normally a really, really on point, she knows how to sail. She knows everything about the sea because she's actually spent time sailing in real life. She wasn't on her A game yesterday and kept hitting sandbars. And we had these two little motherfuckers out of nowhere come and start chasing us. These guys who had a sloop, who had nothing to lose, probably had no loot on their chest, just came to fuck with us, man. And we had conflicting perspectives. The pilot wanted to outrun them, but everyone else was just like, nah, we gotta kill them. We gotta kill them. These PC fucks, man, they don't let go. These sloops, they don't let go. And we just went through a crazy ass chase. We're going through conflict between this other ship, conflict between the crew, and we escaped within an inch of our life because like we were all plugging up holes while Collider was out there dumping the water out. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's how damaged the boat was. The water came up almost up to the fucking. It was about to overlap the boat.
Yeah.
So I was just running, just dumping water while the other 3 crew members ran downstairs in order to plug up all the holes.
Wow,
man, that game is just special. That's a special game, man.
Well, it actually reminded me of the thing that you did. You actually did a video last week where you was talking about your first impressions of Hellblade, right? And you was like, "Oh, I played like an hour and a half, so on and so forth," but I don't really feel anything yet. Because Hellblade is one of those games it takes a while for you to get into. He's like, I don't feel anything yet. But yet I go on Sea of Thieves, I feel rage, I feel anger, I feel anxiety, I feel joy. You know what I'm saying? It's like you went through the whole spectrum of emotions.
Anxiety yesterday, man. Oof.
Yeah, dude, we was all on edge, bro. You know, just the way that thing panned out. And J Long had never experienced anything like that.
That's
and
special.
I still haven't seen the Kraken, bro.
Yeah, Kraken.
Yeah, he was dying to see the Kraken.
Ooh, when the Kraken comes out, you get an experience with that shit, boy.
And this is what I mean, man. Gaming, like, I mean, even now as we speak, man, talking about another Xbox, another PlayStation, and it's like, all I'm seeing is pixels, man. I want to feel something. And Sea of Thieves, Decay, and I hear PUBG. Those are games that make you feel something. They make you feel anger. They make you game with others. They make you strategize. That's what gaming is supposed to do, man. It was supposed to advance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll put it this way: when I play PUBG, right, I might kill if I even kill 2 people, because it's what I'm stealth. I'm Sam Fisher around this. I'm forced F line around this shit. I ain't trying. I'm trying to be. Now I don't even try to land. People try to land in Pachinki and stuff like that. All that. I'm trying to be the last one to die. I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the last one to live. But I got God. Like I said, if I go play with my man, shout out to my man 108 Dragons. We been in the car with 108, right? He'll see another car. And they start busting on him. This ain't Brooklyn. Let him go. Why you shooting? Then you got to get out and go shoot. You got to get out and go shoot. Then I had one. Now think about this is how, like you said, you want to get immersed in the game. I had to do with a Jeep, and he didn't know what I had. And I had that ump, and I had an AK. I blew that bad boy up, and it was 2 guys in a car. That was like, that's what I'm talking about. Now you good. Now PUBG just loves you. You know what I'm saying? That's the emergence that you get. That's what we need more of them games. I tell people we need more of them games to get us like that.
Yeah, emergent gameplay.
Sea of Thieves get me that way. If I get on Sea of Thieves, I'm going to act a fool. I'm going to get drunk in real life and on the boat. And I'm just going to be security. And I need some help. Take your ass out there and go get your shit. You read that map. I don't know how to read maps. But see, you got a different personality that you got. See, it's a party game. People don't know how to think about it. Is people don't know how to party with everybody. Can't immerse yourself in it, in the game. Even when we Kaleidoscope, perfect example. We go play a Mortal Kombat or whatever, right?
Mm.
We all in a party. What we doing? It's fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You got me over this. I almost had Collider the other night. I'm talking because Collider's pretty good in the fighting games. I'm just kind of average, but he knows sense. But when Collider didn't won so many in a row, you want to break. We was playing King of the Hill. You want to break him. I had him. I swore I clicked the button to kill him. Somehow he blocked. I said, "You can't block because you didn't know I was going high and low." You got that emergence. That's what you get on this Xbox. That's where I said, "This is bullshit. I don't even want to play this shit no more."
Yeah, Collider make you feel like that after a little while.
No, but I put this way. I was
fucker.
Wow. No, I was losing for a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like I was somebody you was practicing on because I was trying to work at the same time too. So I'm trying to type. So I'm like, they were like, hit the button. But when I get in, and we was playing Mortal Kombat XL or X, where y'all got, I got XL, and I had him, and he knew I had him.
Well, I had it to be honest. We was playing Injustice 2.
Oh, Injustice 2. That's the same thing. I had his ass. I had him. I'm talking about he probably went on the stream like 10 or 15 in a row.
Nice.
I had like 7. Well, I don't know how many, but I know at the end of the night I had 17 wins.
Yeah, so I'm
5 losses.
So I'm over here. I'm over here like, no, I had him. When I say I had him, I'm talking about a low kick would knock him down.
Yep.
And I hit to make sure if I pull off a super, he can. And that character, he blocked high, and that super is low. And the computer showed him. I said, man, I guess what you do when you get King of the Hill. And it showed him some love. I said, fuck this game. But if you heard my expressions, what was going on, you see that we're passionate gamers. We care.
Yeah, they was going in. Everybody kept saying, "Your Kaleidoscope, why you quiet?" I was like, "I'm focused."
Oh, he didn't say nothing. Kaleidoscope went quiet for 30 minutes, and it was giving us the business. So we trying to figure out how to get him. But you know what? If he do go down, I forgot who else had somebody else in there was real good. But
I don't remember everybody that was there, but there was a few people. Def Jam Bam. Def Jam Bam. Shout out to Def Jam Bam.
Bam
me and Def Jam Bam, we was getting into some dope ass fights, yo. This shit was epic as well.
But see, that's how we have it in Xbox. We have that type of, we get in a party and we get competitive. We get competitive. We don't care what you're playing. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. That's how I love the Xbox community, because we're competitive.
Yeah, he pulled out, what was it? He pulled out Batman. He was really nice with Batman. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm pulling out Supergirl.
Yep, because you was spamming with her ass. He spammed with Supergirl, so I took out my best boy, Blue Beetle. Because I got Blue Beetle packed down. I think that
you was lighting me up with the Beetle, too. You was lighting my ass up with that motherfucker. You had that fucking combo and shit.
Yeah, I got a combo, a killer combo. Shout out to my man Maximilian showing me that combo. But I know that's how competitive we was. But what you heard, we will fight. Like people think, oh man, like I say, me and K Mick have been in wars. Y'all just don't know. We go to straight. When we get in these, man, we go to straight war, and it's friendly war. It's not telling nobody go kill yourself.
It's just that competitive edge.
Yeah. And
So
shout
I'm
out to
smack you in
Splice.
2K. I'm gonna
Shout out
smack you
to
in freaking Madden.
Yeah, shout out to Splice for winning the Halo Championship today. I was watching a little of it today, and they was kicking
That's
ass.
what's up.
They was kicking ass, and I was like, damn, I ain't got shit. I got to get my Halo game up.
People are still playing Halo.
Exactly. I was about to say that, Iraq.
Wow. I mean, that's longevity. What did that came out 3 years ago? That's longevity.
That's it.
No, the prize pool was $1 million.
What?
Yep.
$1 million?
That's how big the prize pool was, bro.
The people that
it's Call of Duty numbers, bro.
It's $1 million. And guess what they use to do the prize pool? When we buy them damn packs or whatever. I said, they don't get no credit. We buy a special skin. Microsoft don't get no credit. Matter of fact,
they take that money and they put it into the tournaments, man.
Yeah, they put it into the prize pool. And these guys, man, they go in. I thought my pistol game was good. No, my pistol game ain't shit.
Yeah.
When I saw
on some next level shit.
That shit is cool.
For real.
Yeah. Even what you call it, I think it's 500 right now. I think it's 500. Gears of War. And that shotgun. And then you got Forza, Motorsport. What other console has really they first party exclusives that's a real esport?
Right.
Well, I got into an argument with some dude who I pretty much said that Microsoft have games in their arsenal that are at the top of their genre, and this guy told me, nah, the only way you can say that is Forza because Metacritic. But I'm really I'm trying to think of other.
What the
I'm
fuck
trying to think of other. I'm trying to think of other third party. I'm trying to think of other third person shooters besides Gears, Uncharted, and we all know that's not touching Gears. Like there really is no other third person competitive shooter out there. So Gears is automatically at the top by default. By default, Gears is at the top. And the only other shooter that scored higher than Halo, I believe, may be Doom, but that multiplayer died when it came out. And I guess you could say Siege, but that has a terrible Metacritic. Well, it's in the 70s. And
but it's one of the most played games now, though. So that just debunks Metacritic.
So it's either Battlefield 1 or Rainbow Six Siege or Halo. It's between those three, and I personally say it's Halo.
Well, Halo got the biggest prize pool.
Each one is different, though. Each one is very
Halo's
different.
Got the biggest prize pool. There we go.
Well, they got the biggest prize.
Call of Duty probably has the biggest prize pool, but we all know that's a fun game.
No, actually, I think Halo got the biggest prize pool because of the split.
Interesting.
Of the split, because usually that is across the street from my house at the Great Western Forum. I might go there this year and go see it, but that split is a little bit different. When we talk about when you go home with something, you'll split with me, you, and you.
Yo, wait a minute.
Right.
Yo, on it. You live like right around from the Great Western Forum?
Yeah, I live across the street.
Yo, man, that's your block. I be killing niggas in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, I live across the street.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I live directly across, and usually Call of Duty has they big old Call of Duty fest over there.
Hey, Hunter, am I lying? Hunter's neighborhood is in Grand Theft Auto 5. Only it's not called the Great Western Forum.
It's not called shit. Yeah, I live in Inglewood. I live right across the street from where the Lakers used to play at.
Man, that means I gotta kill some of your homies. Man,
lay them down. Shit, some of these motherfuckers need to get killed.
Yo, man, Grand Theft Auto 5, that's my shit, man. I didn't know that your neighborhood looked familiar. I said that shit looked familiar, man. Damn.
Like Mega talk about. Remember, I showed a picture of Mega a few months back. How right across the street, that's where the Ram Stadium get built at. Right across the street.
Damn.
No, I stay right there. I'll be going out here in about like 2 years when that shit get built. Cause I'm selling this motherfucker. I'm going to Vegas. I'm gonna make some
that's the thing about open world games now, man. They're really faithful to the environments that they portray.
I took Lady to Santa Monica, and she saw all that off of Grand Theft Auto.
Dope.
When she was out here for TrishCon, and I said, you know what? I want to show you the promenade and stuff like that. And that shocked her. She said, "This shit is Grand Theft Auto." Thing about it, Rockstar did mimic a whole lot of stuff. Like when you go to that on Grand Theft Auto, it's like that big old ball. That's Westwood. That's right next to the Beverly Hills. That's real. They just name it a different thing so they won't get sued.
Mm-hmm.
That a lot of
they could have gotten the rights though, because I mean, look what they did with Mafia 3.
Yeah, but I don't think they wanted the rights because of the city. Is the thing about it? Our city's got like I live in LA County, but I don't live in the city of LA. So it's a lot of bullshit going on.
Yeah.
So I live in a suburb of LA. I say 15 minutes away from the airport. That's why you hear the airplanes going.
That's how I am with Miami. I live in Dade County, but I'm technically not in Miami.
Real. So so you got a bunch of, and thinking about it, these cities get greedy.
Yeah, and they all want to cut, so on and so forth.
So you rather go use a fictitious name, then that saves you, even though it looks exactly like what you're doing.
Liberty City, isn't Liberty City New York, right?
That's New York. Yeah, that's New York.
Yeah, when I went to New York for the first time, I'm like, yo, this is GTA 4.
Yo, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yo, Triple Cup, you've been fairly quiet for a minute. Anything you want to bring to the table, bro?
Shenmue 3. Let's talk about Shenmue.
Shenmue. Damn, we almost forgot about that. They announced Shenmue 1 and 2 coming out to all platforms on Friday night. It was actually during GRG that we found that out. But Shenmue 2, 1 and 2 coming out on all platforms. And if you think about it, that thing with Yu Suzuki, it's independently financed. All right, Sony ain't exchanged hands with them to make that shit exclusive. All right, so there's a possibility that shit could possibly end up on the Xbox platform. If I'm not mistaken, it's coming out on PC and PS4 first, right?
I think that pretty much confirmed it.
What Shenmue?
Yeah, Shenmue 1 and 2. 1 and 2 coming to master.
No. That's coming out on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
1 and 2. I'm talking about Shenmue 3.
Oh, okay, my bad.
He was financing. No, I'm saying that it's coming out on PS4 and it's coming out on PC, but money ain't exchange hands. That's not a full-blown exclusive or anything. Know what I'm saying? The only way it's going to stay exclusive that is Sony actually pawns out money in order to keep it exclusive. But seeing that Yu Suzuki funded the game mostly himself, thanks to his people that wanted to help him fund the game. All right. Now Sega seems to notice that people wanted the first two games, so they're putting it out there for everybody. So I'm thinking sales are going to dictate. So people, if you want that on Xbox One, go buy the version Shenmue 1 and 2 and let people know where your money's at. Know what I'm saying? Let them know that you want to support this title. And there's a good chance, I'm almost like 90% sure, that shit will actually come out on the Xbox One as well, Shenmue 3.
I think that's why they did it.
No, I have a feeling that's exactly why they did it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as those pre-orders start, I'm getting that, man. I've been waiting to play Senua forever.
It's $30. It's $30.
Old games, guys. We can't like it, especially those on the PlayStation side.
Oh yeah, that's right. So people on the PlayStation side, don't buy it. It's an old game. You know what I'm saying? Only people on Xbox like old games.
Exactly.
A franchise that was never on your platform to begin with. And so all of a sudden, you're the biggest Shenmue fans ever. Wow. Amazing.
You got some stories.
Oh, yeah. I got some real nice stories about that one.
It's just mind-blowing. All right, but guys, I'm going to get off. Unless everybody got anything else to bring to the table. I want to jump on done, yeah.
I've been freaking on this Xbox.
All right, so then let's go about one by one down the list and whatnot. Jaylon, let everybody know where they can reach you at.
YouTube and Twitter, Jaylon908. I'm gonna upload a little more troll videos. I'm not really taking YouTube too seriously, but yeah, I do troll videos with a sprinkle of truth. So you know.
Well, I loved the State of Decay ones, man. Them shits was epic.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You big troll, you.
Yep. Yo, Heba, let people know where they can reach you at.
Well, you could definitely find me on Twitter, but then that's gonna be a cancer for the next 6 days on your phone. I'll tell you that. So I don't know if I could recommend you to follow me on Twitter, but if you have the emotional strength, then I'm on Twitter.
Well, and if you want to laugh, though, because some of the stuff they say is just retarded.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And they call them out on the shit. You know what I'm saying? They pull up their police records and the whole nine. It's like, really? You're a big Spider-Man fan? You've never played a Spider-Man game.
The best part is when they tell you, you don't play games, you just be on podcast talking, and yet they're still there 6 days later talking to you, and you've been left the conversation. I come back, I'm like, yo, dude, you still here? You do realize it's
and then you showed him your games while you're talking to them. It's just like, yo, look at this. Yo, here goes another picture. Look at all these games. Look at all these Spider-Man games. Look at this. Look at this.
I had one dude talking about that. All I do is preach instead of talking and preaching. Go play games. I said, all right, show me your PSN and your Xbox Live, right? And his PSN, he was like level 14, and his Xbox Live since 2007, he was 7,500.
Wow.
I said, well, I'm gonna show you something real quick. This is my newest account that I just changed and I started using permanently 2 years ago. And look at this. And my shit was at 91,000. I was like, you see? And I'm a part-time gamer. So there's a problem there. After that, forget it. He didn't want to say anything else. He became my friend, basically. That shit was hysterical. And I wasn't trying to be an asshole.
He knew that. Want to know what it is that there's a lot of frauds out there that claim that they're gamers. I'm glad Zaire came up and actually admitted that he was a casual, because it's true. All right, but there's a lot of these people out there that follow all these other gamers or all these other YouTubers and swear like they're gaming gods and whatnot. And when they actually pull up their police record, you find out like, wait a minute, you ain't play this, you ain't play this, you ain't play this. It's like, why the fuck am I listening to you if you don't really play those single player games, story-driven games like the way you're harping about? Why should I even listen to this cat, man? You don't even play games like this.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know what's so hard about just being honest. I respect you for that, because at least you were honest and you showed me your stuff. But when you say, "Oh yeah, I'm a gamer, I play more than you," and then they don't want to show you shit when they do, that shit looks like an embarrassment next to yours. And you guys know I'm barely on. I play part-time, but when I play, I play. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. But see, at the same time, some of these YouTubers, they mislead people, because Ghost Rider 730's cousin, I had gotten into a conversation. 100 had jumped in, all right, and Triple Cup was there as well, all right, and he was talking about that was Zaya's podcast, it was like we talk about this and mature games, yada yada yada, and I was like, all right, have you played Gears of War? No, but I was like, then you don't know what you're talking about if you haven't played the game. See, I played the Order 1886. All right. So when I'm talking about the Order 1886, I know what I'm talking about because I actually played it. And you're right now telling me that the Order is better than Gears of War, and you have not played Gears of War.
Right.
Now, Ghost Rider 730 told me yesterday that his cousin actually played it. Now he thinks this shit is dope as hell. And I was like, that's what happens. What I'm saying is, like, you follow these YouTubers and whatnot that tell you, like, oh, don't do this because this shit is dog shit or this shit is that or whatever. And I ain't saying it was Zaire that said that shit, because Zaire loves Gears of War, by the way. All right? Just putting that out there. But no, I'm saying, they hear from all these toxic gamers in the community. You know what I'm saying? All these toxic gamers out there, oh, yeah, Gears is trash. So after a while, people start believing that. Oh, Gears of War is trash. The Order's better, or this is better. But have you played that Gears of War title? No. Then if you haven't played it, how do you know it's trash? Just because so-and-so said so? You guys need to be gamers for yourself, man, and investigate things for yourself as far as the gameplay and all that, and understand why there's such a cult following and why there's so many people still playing. There was the championships for Gears of War was last week, people. All right, the esports championships. And this week was the esports championships for Halo. With a $1 million prize pool.
I can't go back.
All right. It's just, when we talk about games, we know what we're talking about because we play these games. All right. And we may have our opinions on it. Not everybody likes the same type of game. I'm saying? All the indies that he bots play, I don't necessarily go out and buy all those indies. I'm saying there's certain indies I'll play.
But I'm about 85% though. Like when I recommend them, you guys usually like them. So that's not too bad,
No, it's not. But you like a lot of the indies.
He recommended Marlow Briggs, bro. He was the first on Marlow Briggs. One of the first.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I talked to Ebot about it, but I first found out through K Mega, and K Mega had played it on Steam. right? So he ain't actually played on 360. He had it on Steam and shit.
I talked to him like 3 years.
Hebot was like, yo, mark my words, Hebot was like, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 is better than Arkham before it was exclusive. Before it was cool to like Spider-Man, this man was on Spider-Man.
The combat system.
Well, I can't say Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 is better than Arkham. That's what you said, Dale. Are you talking about the new Spider-Man or the Arkham Asylum series? What?
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, yeah.
The combat.
Better than Arkham Asylum? No,
Nah.
No. That we bumping heads, yo, bro. No, that shit is not happening. Arkham Asylum is the shit. I'm sorry. No. I cannot agree with that. I can't even co-sign that shit. Nope. I can't do it.
No, listen,
I can't do it.
Spider-Man. No, listen, real quick. I'm gonna tell you why I said what I explained to him. Spider-Man, you use more button combinations as opposed to Arkham. It's more with the A, and then as you built up, then you get button prompts to use A with Y. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what I was trying to tell him. That it's more. It has more of a freedom and faster style than the Arkham than the Batman. I personally don't like the Batman too much because I don't like the exaggeration that he leaks from one place to another, and it's like real.
Yeah, he like teleports almost.
Yeah, like that. But that's why I said that. I have a reason why I said I explained it. I'm not saying that it's bad, but that's why I said it was better in that sense, you know. Than
all right, I still can't co-sign that, bro. It's difference of opinion. It's a difference of opinion. We gotta agree to disagree on this.
That's all right.
Because I got Amazing Spider-Man too.
No, but I'm talking about one. That's why. One is.
Maybe one. Yeah.
Maybe one. I haven't played that, but from what I know so far, as far as all the other Spider-Man titles besides Amazing Spider-Man, no, I can't co-sign that. You know what I'm saying? I can't co-sign that. At least not yet.
A lot of people didn't like the combat of Captain America, and I told him, dude, Captain America's combat is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it is.
You know what
it is. I mean, there were certain areas where they could have improved it. But the shit is solid, though, man. It was the best Sega Marvel title out of all of them.
Yes, sir.
All right, the best Sega Marvel. And the trippy thing is, they actually use the actual actors, man. It's Sebastian Stan playing Bucky. It's Chris Evans playing Captain America. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow. It's like, you don't get this in most games.
Yep.
All right. But, yeah, no doubt. All right, so, did you let people know where they can reach you at?
Yeah, Twitter. If you want to, be harassed, and YouTube, obviously. Hebot. I don't think I have my number on my YouTube channel, right? I always forget.
I don't think so. No.
No, and then on Xbox Live, Hebot 8. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm in Tromedia Gaming on Facebook with my family over there, and on the World of Xbox or Infinite Rooms of the DX Mansion, basically. With Dorian and Legal up there, AK Dorian or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know,
all right, cool. I was about to go down to Sega bit. I guess he jumped out, but he might have been drinking. So
real quick, he looked back. Real quick, I think on Wednesday at 4:00 Eastern and 3:00 Central Time, me and Kano are gonna do the interview with the Making Games, the guys from Raging Justice. So you wanted to.
All right, I did see that Rage and Justice thing. I can't do it. That's not for me. But it does look cool. I can't front, man. The gameplay does look cool and all that. You know what I'm saying? It just throw back to an old style of gaming, a straight up brawler. All right, and I'm glad and excited that you guys actually got this interview. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be interviewing these indie devs. You know what I'm saying? In order to shed more light on this amazing title that's coming out.
I gotta thank Kano, people that love brawlers. Because he knows I like the Streets of Rage and beat him up, so he included me because of that.
Definitely. Shout out to the real young Kano, definitely. I mean, he couldn't be on today. We did send a 911 call out for him, but he didn't show up. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? People have lives.
That's right.
And yo, E-Rock X, the Don King of Xbox, man. It was a pleasure having you on as always. You know what I'm saying? You're part of the DirectX crew. Let people know where they can reach you at.
Yeah, man. It's X at Twitter, and the YouTube channel is always like, hate, or subscribe. Remember, Sea of Thieves update, huge update coming soon. And 3 days, State of Decay 2. So Xbox is doing it. Don't believe the negative hype.
Oh yeah, I agree, man. Sea of Thieves was just amazing, yo, amazing. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna just interject real quick. You know what I'm saying? The reason Jay Long we got so heated that day, you know what I'm saying? We went through so much anxiety, is because the night before we had actually seen a sloop on our peripheral, and we ain't fuck with them. We left them alone. All right. Then we got to this island where the other three crew members jumped off the ship. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always kind of petted anytime I'm out at sea because I know we could get robbed at any time. Come on, it's called Sea of Thieves. All right. So I decided to turn around at that moment, and not 5 feet away was the sloop about to ram our ship. And I was like, yo, the sloop. The ship rammed our ship, came to the side on the left side, and I fucking grabbed one of the cannons, blasted it twice, and I only see one dude on the ship. I was like, there's only one dude. I was like, the other dude got to be around. They came running back to the ship, and I guess the other dude ran onto our ship with a gunpowder barrel. All right. And here's one of our members from our crew running up to our ship with a gunpowder barrel. Yo, there
Wow.
was 2 explosions, bro. We sank almost instantly. Lost
Damn.
all our loot. All right. And
Damn.
the loot was all floating in the water. And we started grabbing the loot in order to swim it to shore. That dude, after he blew up our ship, I guess it was the guy from the sloop. He jumped off the sloop and hid in the bushes. He was sniping us the minute we was coming out the water with the chest in our hands.
What an asshole. Fuck.
All right. Then I was like, that's why we went through so much anxiety when we was playing with Jaylon the other day, because we had that happen to us the night before. That we was like, nah, we need to confront them, because if not, they're gonna troll us, and they're
And you
gonna
guys
wait
got to
for us to
remember,
be with our
man.
pants down in order to take our shit.
These are what 4 or 5 hour sessions. Like people forget, man. This game, you lose
Oh,
track of
that's right.
time in this game,
We
Oh,
man.
yeah.
started at like 1 o'clock in the morning. It was 5 in the morning, bro. All
Yeah,
right. And
Damn.
Jaylon was like, yo, it's 5 in the morning. Everybody's like, oh shit, word? Damn.
yeah.
We did not notice.
Damn.
All
Yeah, no,
right.
no, it does do that to you. CFT does that to you. For real.
Like it
Yeah,
may
it
be the
does that
same
to you.
type of mission, man, but the way it goes about is always different. Just like Overwatch, 3 game types, but matches are always different.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, yo. Sega Forever, did he come back on there?
No, no.
All right. All right. I'm just making sure. All right. So then, yo, Triple Cup, let everybody know where they can reach you at, man, and what's going to be going down this Wednesday.
Man, what's happening? It's your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and you can find me right here. You know what I'm saying? On the weekends and on Wednesday nights on the Vibration Podcast with me, you, Bloody, Savage Carter. You know what I'm saying? We'll be doing our things about the Marvin ZC. Come check us out this Wednesday. It's gonna be lit.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's what's up. And then also, 100, let everybody know where they can reach you at.
They already know they can reach me, man. I'm everywhere. I'm in their mama's dreams and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
You can catch my ass anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But y'all can catch me on Twitter and catch me on Mixer. Well, follow my damn Mixer. I'm gonna stream tonight. I got a new. I just did a new overlay with live stream. You know what I'm saying? When you're Mixer Pro, they let you know. But I'm gonna try that out tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna play though, because I got so many games. You know what I'm saying? And no, I'm not trying to play games with your mother. I really love her. You know what I'm saying? But
It's real.
nah, but man, they can catch me on YouTube. Man, they already know I'm, man. People pop shit about me and you all the time. Collider, come on. We already had Fat Gamer sending us shit. I didn't want to listen to that shit. That shit was funny. I go,
That shit was hilarious, bro.
Wow.
that
That
nigga
shit was
lost his
hilarious.
mind.
Yo, he
He
went
lost
in. He's
his
like, yo,
mind.
if I go in your neighborhood, I'll stack your motherfucking neck, motherfucker.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Ah, that shit was funny. Nigga, but I
And it was
retired
like almost
my
20
first.
minute, bro. Almost 20 minutes.
He said, I will make this shit short. How the hell you driving home from work and then you just going to rent? I'm not going on a rent for work. I'm trying to find me a bottle, relax, and play some video games and go to sleep. This motherfucker went on a fool. That's he got Hellblade. I'm gonna call that Hellblade. When you do shit like that, you got Hellblade.
11.
That motherfucker lost his mind. Cause I do 100. This is how you stomp on a nigga's neck. I'm like, I said, wow.
That's crazy.
Why we had something to judge between y'all? I ain't got no beef. You got beef? You got troubles? but that shit was funny. I ain't gonna. I had to listen. That shit was just funny because he lost his rabbit ass mind. Thank God he getting off on the first. Don't come back, Snaggletooth Gargamel. Come back,
As a
Gargamel.
matter of fact, I left
was
the
that?
party in order to go listen to it, man. I was like, oh, this 20 minutes. I was like, hold on, I gotta listen to this, man. I was like, I gotta get this the time of day.
Fat gamer, Gargamel, fat gamer, love to go off talk shit. He get mad when he get trolled, or somebody get medieval on him. I was just trolling. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Shut up. You do it, you better be able to take it. Thing about it is,
exactly.
The boss told me I can't be doing that all the time, so you only gonna catch me do it once. So, boss said I can't do certain things anymore.
Yeah, that's why he the vice president now. He not the president no more.
So I just paid.
Got demoted.
I got demoted.
He demoted himself, really. You demoted yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, I did demote myself. I said I'm gonna let his ass run it. Just run it. So y'all don't see certain stuff out of me because I got told not to do certain things, but y'all know I still got the evil in me. I'm a Bendu Jedi. I can go evil and I can go to light. I can go. I'm a Bendu. But no, the thing about it is we ain't got no beef with nobody. We just love to have fun on the Direct Deck show. You know what I'm saying? That's all we do. If you take it serious, that's your motherfucking fault, and that's a you problem. It ain't our problem. Because we gonna go live with our own lives. So about to get out of here. Been on this shit too long. We ain't finna do the Ghost Rider for 4 hours.
No doubt, man. Yep. Also, let everybody know y'all could also reach me at DirectX-the on Twitter, my YouTube channel at Collide Space the Scope, and on Xbox Live at Kaleidoscope and shit, man. It's all fun and games, know what I'm saying? We just enjoy this, but we like dropping knowledge, know what I'm saying? Letting people know. All right. You want to know a thing about a certain game? Who knows? One of us may have already played it. All right. We'll just tell you our opinions on it. Know what I'm saying? That's about it. We're not going to tell you to get it or not to get it. Who knows? You may like it. It's all up to you. Just investigate yourself and see what you really like. But besides that, heroic vibrations on Wednesday, like Triple Cup said. And yo, it's been real, man. You know what I'm saying? So we out this motherfucker. Word up, man. As a matter of fact, we just